All right. I'm gonna start an intro live, but here. We've been trying to get live for 16 minutes.
We're finally live?
Yeah. I just went live finally.
Yay.
It took me 60 minutes. But I'm gonna do the intro anyway. Here we go.
Awesome.
This ThatUmbrellaGuy.
The grill and the ghost, coast to coast. Who's that face is feeling you miss the most? It's that umbrella guy straight from the hat rack. Godzilla with cleats with the bass dropping impact. Cranking up the stylings in the syllable blender. Body bag, toe tag, return you to sender. Poke that umbrella guy, your lyrical confessor. E-strap, flipped up, fully automatic microphone suppressor. Army of one, rolling through your silence. Pound for pound, unleashing rounds. See what buys are just my silence. Ghost riding the whip, the masked up live ender. Busting up your threats and returning them to sender. Stepping to me, you better bring your nation as I wreck you to the population. It's that umbrella guy on the verbal flamethrower. Notching up the belt, not just some lame shower. Cranking up a stream just to show what's beneath. I'm masked up, baby, but I'm still sporting teeth. With one bling to rule them all and one bling to blind them. Iced out, grilled up, hunting knowing we'll find them. The E-homes are always flammable and will ignite you. Calling out the games you play just to spite you. I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Well, that was way too eventful.
Damn, Tug, that's my favorite song yet. That video is hot.
It's bumping, isn't it? I love that
Oh
video.
my God, I didn't watch it the other night when you sent it to me. That was what you sent to me, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm
I'm
like the
actually
grill
glad I
and the
didn't
ghost,
watch it.
coast to coast.
I'm
Who's the
glad I didn't
faceless
watch
villain
it.
you love the most?
I'm glad I got to see that live. That was something. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Now you've been putting
Damn.
together some bangers too, man. You've had a lot of. We've been having
Yes.
fun with them, you know. That's the beauty.
having fun.
Although I have to say, if you enjoy videos, perhaps you'd like to underwrite those too, because they cost an extra $20 a month.
Yeah, so did your AI video thing make that?
No, I made it's actually 4 different videos, so it took me a hot minute. I went in, put together. I'll show you how to do that stuff. It's not hard with that service, but to get it to switch off, you know, not to just be one thing.
Oh,
I
it's
put
really
together.
cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that billboard, to be
I
honest.
love the billboard. I know I saw you put that on Twitter the other day. You're like, now I really want one of these. I'm like, I would pay for that. I
Hell
would pay
yeah.
money for that. I would
I'd
like to
love
see
to
that
have
too
something
in
like that
Times
right here.
Square with Pope Tug on the big Megatron.
I like
Oh
it.
my
I put
God.
fire in it too. I like to put fire in everything anyway, but I was like, yeah, I'll sentence you to hell, baby.
See, I chose the right icon tonight. I've got my demonic pizza with toppings from hell.
That's
That's,
hilarious.
That's what Reddit thinks about me in my show. But I I had a lot of fun making a new music video.
Like I
this
switch
morning.
now, it's like you're trying to serve me demonic pizza. I'm like, get
Yeah.
away,
Get away.
demon.
Let the power of Christ compel you. I got an email in my inbox that I hadn't clicked on. I get a lot of emails that I don't have time to click on, and a lot of you send me songs, but I'm like, okay, I'll listen to that, but then I never get around to it. And for whatever reason, I clicked on Frank's. This guy named Frank sent me one, and he was like, here, I made this on Suno. I thought it was funny. It's a parody of Frozen. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I click on it, and it's David Dingus singing, "Do You Want to Make a Phone Call?"
That's funny.
And
That's
I
better than
died laughing. I was like, oh my God, I ran to the computer. I extended the song. I added a verse, and then I made a video. And I did
That's
that first thing this morning. Oh, it's so good.
That's better than mine. I did a parody of it. I have to find it. You know, it's probably better than mine. Mine was like, "Do you want to do some blow, man?" or something like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Do you want to do some
Yeah.
blow,
Do you want to
man?
do some blow, man? It's all Colombian and white.
Oh man. Oh, I keep thinking I'm going to get tired of the AI songs, but I'm really not getting tired. Although I
It
did have
never
someone
gets
complain.
old.
I had someone complain about it today. I posted it on Twitter. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God,
Pull it
it's
up.
funny.
I got to see it.
All right, here it is. Here it is. I forgot how funny this was.
Oh my God. I'm ready for this now. Here we go.
You have to read it in super gay voice because that is the only thing that makes sense.
I totally enjoy your reviews of legal cases, and your commentary seems to be on. But I can't be the only one tired of the AI music. I understand it's low-effort content, but it'll drive away some of your audience, Megan. And eating and drinking on the stream. What's up with your table manners? Pinky out, Megan. Gross mouth noises. Please don't.
Gross mouth.
You're not fabulous.
Wait, and by the way, low effort content, I will have you know I
Holy
spent hours, man.
Yeah, that is
Hours.
not low effort content. That is a lot of work. Low effort content is like if I want to have a chill stream and, just fire up a stream, don't make a thumbnail or anything, that's low effort. It's me coming on just goofing off. But songs, sometimes they take days to get right, It
Oh
depends.
God.
It depends on if you find, I have a lot of trouble finding a beat that speaks to me,
I have a lot of trouble finding a hook that speaks
Yeah.
to me. Like, it's got to have the hook. And I know it when I hear it, and it takes sometimes 100 times before I hear it. Believe me, it is not low effort. And then I make a video, and the videos are also not low effort. I have to create all that shit on AI image generator, and then I got to put it together, and then I got to put some fun things in it. That is not low effort. Yeah, loud mouth noises. I was eating freaking olives. Olives. How noisy are olives?
I'm gonna have to find, because I got somebody playing. They were like, "How many times are you gonna fire up a butane lighter? You know how rude that is." And I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna make a song out of butane lighter noises."
Uh-oh. Did we lose you? We lost you there for a second.
Did we? Oh no! It was the revenge of that person. They were like, Speaking of crazy, so Megan, I have something
Yes.
for you today.
Yes, Tug?
Oh
can't
my God.
wait.
Now, this is a threat, I'm sure, but this is also. Okay,
Threats?
chat.
We're getting threats?
Oh, chat, this is going to be amazing for you. You really are going to be glad that you tuned into this because you are going to love this. Megan has not seen this. This is all one sentence.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Look at this sentence, by the way.
All one sentence.
It's all one sentence. Look at that.
I just saw the
awesome.
phrase pee-pee. I think I'm gonna love this.
It was it was for both of us. So, obviously you
wonderful.
can tell it went into the spam folder. Luckily I found this. I'm glad. Actually, I got a thing from, I guess they've changed up Anonymous, and it was like, will you accept emails from Anonymous? And that's where, all the crazy shit comes from a lot of times. Like the
You always
craziest
say yes
emails
to
I
that.
get.
That is an
Yeah.
automatic yes.
That is an auto yes. I'm like, hell yeah. But what's
Hell
funny?
yeah, I want some crazy weird shit for
Oh
you
my
in my
God.
email.
Now, you buckle up for this because you're going to love it. Like I said, this is a threat, but, well,
Okay.
I'm going to read it straight. I'm just going to go because I don't think I can read it in a crazy voice. Do not monetize me, Mr.
Wait a
Thing
minute.
thing.
Stop. Wait. Don't monetize me.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
They apparently
We're gonna monetize you, obviously. If you
they're
send
gonna,
weird
they
shit.
say that a few times actually. Here's another one. Do not monetize. It comes up a bunch of times.
Oh well, that's the very first
Oh,
thing
I'm
that's
sorry
gonna
about your
happen.
luck.
We're gonna monetize that. In fact, you know what? Those of you who want to send super chats, make sure. Did he sign it with a name? Did he
No,
sign
no
this
name,
thing?
just,
no
you
name.
know.
Okay, just make sure that you donate tonight's breadstick money in honor of Anonymous.
Look, it's
Anonymous.
got- oh my God, there's so much funny in this. Oh,
Just
it's
so we can
good.
tell Anonymous that we monetized it.
Oh my God, this is so good. All right. Do not monetize me, Mr. Thing. You and
is that?
Megan.
No H. No H.
I like that.
One of those
Megan. I like that.
Megan.
Fox are the
Megan.
sexistest. The sexists. That is awesome.
I'm a sexist?
Yeah, you're the sexist.
Does he mean the sexiest sexist?
I wondered that when I read it. I was like, is that sexy? I don't know. To ever breath on ground or underwater. To breath on ground or underwater. To breath on ground.
We can't breathe underwater.
I dream of days when you are caught in an avalanche and say, please help me. There is so much snow. And I laugh and laugh.
Oh my God.
And you are caught under it like a chalk white cockroach breadstick.
No. Not a cockroach. A cockroach.
A cockroach, my bad. A chalk white. So I guess, man, you racist. You're the racistest. You're chalk white cockroach breadstick. Eating money, grabbing turtle, accusing money, Mr. Money Man.
This had to be from Shart.
That's what I thought when I saw that. I was like, I got to go on Anonymous and see if they allow emoticons. Because if they don't, then,
That makes total sense.
Yeah, because there's maybe that's what the extra money is in there for. Like all these extra things. Maybe there were emoticons she couldn't put in.
Oh my God. This is so crazy.
Do not monetize me or show me on your blog. This is not your blog show. This is not a blog show. I'm just going to say, not a blog show. I am not a sideshow game. My name is not in Trivial Pursuit.
Oh my God.
That sounds like someone banned from the playgrounds, Is your name in Trivia Pursuit? Let's look you up on the database. I own the hat rack. And you and Megan Fox. Oh, man, I guess you're going to the hat rack too, Megan.
Oh, I get to be in the hat rack?
I guess so.
I've dreamed of being in the hat rack.
Man. You and Megan Fox are the worst. Not even worth my umbrella stand, Mr. Umbrella. Wait a minute. He owns the hat rack. Remember being kicked off the hat rack. That's sad. Let's take a moment. And you laugh at the ha-ha times for people. I bet you would laugh about the time, oh God, help me, I had to have a spot taken off my pee-pee.
Oh my God.
My mom held my hand. It's not funny. Oh, jeez. Please tell me this is a troll. Please, God, tell me this is a troll. Don't laugh at me. It's not funny.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine that taking your mom there? Come on, Mom, get my hand tighter.
No.
It hurts.
Can you please send me a copy of this?
Yes,
I need to
I
turn
will.
it into a song immediately.
Oh God, just put it in as a song and see what it makes.
I'm
just
going
put it all
to.
in. I will. I'll send it. I'll send it.
Copy and paste it so that we
Yeah,
can.
I'll copy and paste so you can just copy and paste mine. Okay. It's not funny like the throat babies. I hate the throat babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth. Holy shit.
I don't blame him. That's nightmare-inducing stuff.
It is. I apologize to them. If I'm messing up your punctuation, maybe you should add some. I'm going to say that. Oh my God. This is magical so far. I hate the throw babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth swimming in a big pool. Asking for a way out. Oh, God. Please let me out, good sir. No. You get back in there, you throw babies.
Get back in there.
Oh, God. How can this be real?
Oh.
And all you do, laugh, I guess that's supposed to be is laugh and ha-ha about fun times. Fun times indeed. It is not a
I'm
fun
getting
time.
overheated. I'm laughing so hard that I'm starting to have a hot flash.
I gotta breathe for a second. I gotta breathe some cigarette smoke, cigar smoke. Give me a second.
Okay. I bet you would laugh.
It is not a fun time. I guess it's not. It is not a fun time. And the turtles, that's why I put the Hells in. I'm like, who is this? Is this about the Hells? Because it mentions turtles multiple times.
I don't know.
And it sounds like a certain person, but it mentions throw babies too. Like, what's
Oh my God.
And the turtles, you do not know what happened to them. All there in that place, you don't know. They could have been eaten, or maybe an elephant took them. Maybe an elephant took them.
Oh no.
Oh my God, help me. Yeah, that's the line I go with. You know, man, maybe they were eaten. Fair enough. Maybe an elephant took them, in Florida.
All right, I know what happened here. I know what happened. It just hit me.
Okay.
This person fell asleep listening to our stream and had an acid trip dream and woke up and was angry at us because of it. This is definitely an acid trip dream. I mean, listen to this. I hate the throat babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth swimming in a big pool asking for a way out. And all you do is laugh and ha-ha about fun times.
Megan, by the way, when you read that, now I'm going to blame you for this. Since you were talking about Frozen, I heard you reading that to the beat of Frozen, I dream of throat babies. I wonder if I could do that. Let's see.
I hate the throat babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth. Swimming in a big pool, asking for a way out, and all you do is laugh and ha-ha about fun times.
Oh my God. I'm sending this to your Twitter. I just copied the words, okay?
Okay.
Here. So that should be the easiest place to copy them from. Okay. There we go. Or an elephant took them, Mr. Smart Guy, dry your eyes. You better not monetize me.
I like how that rhymes. That's
Yeah,
good.
I like it too. I am the king of this bed for real. It's king size, sexist. Shit. I'm the king of this king size bed, you sexist. You better get out of here. Holy God. Oh, Jesus. And no, I am not a prank or a joke. Hey, I guess they're telling me it's real. So you do not make a song out of me.
Oh.
With laughs. With laughs.
It's too late, sir.
I guess it's supposed to be with laughs and bass, Mr. Umbrella Guy. Bass, Umbrella Guy is in my throat again.
Oh, God.
like a chicken bok or a hen. Wait, is that a rhyme? That's a rhyme.
Bok?
Yeah, again, hen. There it is.
Again, yeah. Oh,
Bass.
This guy is aiming for a song.
Oh,
obviously.
Bass, Umbrella Guys in my throat
problem
again.
is I need to pick a style for this song. I'm gonna call it bass.
Yeah. Put some rap
Although-
to it. Get heavy bass. Just say
All right,
bass,
let's get bass.
gangster rap, bass. Bass, Umbrella Guy in my throat again, like a chicken bok or a hen. Boom. I'd say, that is you, bok, like a man chicken. Man chicken. You sexist, no face, do not monetize me. I better not see this on streams.
Oh my God, it won't create it. It says it was flagged for something. But I don't know what. There's nothing in it.
Maybe it's the word sexist or something.
Couldn't generate that. Prompt flagged for moderation.
Cut it in half and see if it flags it, because you'll know it's, and that's the, maybe it's cock. Maybe if you put cockroach together.
Oh, put cockroach together. Good idea.
Maybe this is the word cock.
I have made it do all sorts of bad things.
I have too. I made it say some pretty awful shit.
It says the C word. Why wouldn't it say cock?
I know. It's
weird.
That's funny, though.
All right,
God, that's amazing.
We'll try that.
I think this is a threat, though, supposed to be. Although it's amazing. If you want to send more of these, I welcome them. I think they're amazing. I better not see this on streams. Before this, I got another one. At first, I got the approval one, and it's basically from Anonymous. It's like, hello, a user has requested to contact you anonymously through our service. To accept, click the link. And I knew, I've seen their stuff before, so I know what, it's not somewhere hacking my email or anything. So I was like, all right. Then another one came in. Let me see what time that went. So another one came in 2 minutes later, and it said, you stopped my mail. Oh,
it was sexist.
Is that really?
I changed it to sex beasts. And it went through.
That's sad. So sexist doesn't work, but sex beast does.
Uh-huh.
It's like, yeah. It's like, we're down with the sex.
Oh my God.
I'm going to start calling you Megan.
Yeah, I hate it.
I like that. That's a great name. Megan. Your haters should call you that.
I hate it.
I
Make
love
it stop.
Megan.
I hate it. Okay, you want to hear what AI came up with?
Yeah, you could, I'll hit a few in there too. Like I don't know how many credits you have.
I have a lot.
Yeah, okay.
I have a lot
Because I'll just be like, oh my God. Hey, did you see it's Unhung Hero where they said, thanks for the 5, said, I threaten to downvote if Megan eats or talks about hair on the stream. Oh my God.
I'm drinking though. Can I drink?
Let me say, I'm going to hit the super chats that came in for that person.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to hit them all. There's 9, so it'll be all right. You know, Angela first. Thanks for the 19 months. 19 months of crazy. Fun times indeed. Live, tug, and Megan streams. Let the fun begin. Awesome. Fallen Hero, send us a gifted membership. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Like clockwork, too. Appreciate you. Subi Sue, also, 22 months. Good evening, Tug and Megan. Much love. Thank you,
Good evening, Subi Sue.
Clicker AK, thanks for our breadstick, anonymous, cockroach, cash grabbing donation.
Thanks, Anonymous.
Look,
Thanks.
YouTube let that through. That isn't raising. Ammo Girl, thanks for it. Says for the cockroach breadsticks. What? So it let cockroach through though.
Yeah, cockroach is one word, folks.
Yeah, I'm just surprised it let the word cock through. I mean,
I know.
one time I was on a stream with Yellow Flash. You know, they'll pick random words sometimes depending on the stream, and we kept making fun of Clown World. You know, we were calling things Clown World. There was a Google moderator in the chat, and the words Clown World together were banned.
What?
Yeah, it banned those words. And I was
so
like, what
weird.
the hell? But the Google moderator, you know, typically if you see a Google moderator, it's a bot that's popped up in your thing. But it wasn't a bot because they responded to us 2 times. And you could tell it was a human. I was like, holy shit. What do we do to get a moderator in here from freaking Google?
That sucks. I would have made fun of him so bad he would have left crying.
Yeah, we kept having fun. Who cared? We were seeing what words.
We've got a hall monitor in the chat. Like, seriously? That's horrible.
I was just like, you banned Clown World? Lady Tammy, thanks for the 5 there too. There's a video where Jeremy calls and interviews Shart. It's hilarious.
Know.
I've gotta play that.
I sent that to you.
Do you
remember?
Yeah, a while back, and I just for some reason did not. I've got to do that. Did you see the new message from her? Have you seen it?
I heard you read it last night, and I was so disappointed that I wasn't there to read it for you. Because it was funny.
It was great, actually.
What was she
I know.
complaining about? Like, what is? I still
I'll
didn't
pull it back
understand
up today. Who cares?
I still
We'll
didn't
look
really
at it.
understand the point. But
Is
again,
there a point? The
is
only
there
point is to
ever-
entertain us. That's her only point, is to entertain us. That's what I look at it. Any other point, it makes my brain hurt if I think about the real point to it. Yeah, it came out Red Queen, the monetized breadstick cockroach perp suit, not funny turtle soup baby.
It's awesome.
That's perfect. That's great. Amanda, thanks for 5. Let them go to Frozen music. And Unsung Hero. That one hero, I just have to put that on the screen.
Write it
That's
down,
beautiful.
vote.
Don't you talk
Well, I
about
don't
that
have
hair.
the olives. I have no olives in front of me, but I might talk about my hair.
Man, every now
never
and
know.
I've eaten a couple of times on stream. Okay, so is this
Hey, a person has to eat, you know? Like
I
I
pulled
was
up your
hungry
music. Let's see
today.
what they did.
All right.
Do not monetize me as a mission. You and Megan Fox are the sexiest sexy still ever bred all around the world. I dream of days when you're caught in an avalanche. You're saying, please don't be there, there's so much snow. And I laugh, and you are caught under it like a chalk white cockroach fresh. Eating money, grabbing turtle accusing money. Mr. Money Man.
I love it.
That's in my intro. I'm putting that in my intro.
Sideshow game. My name is not a tribal pursuit. I own the hat rack and you and Megan Fox are the worst. Not even worth my umbrella stand, Mr. Umbrella. And you laugh at the high tons of people. I bet you would laugh about the time I had to have a spot taken off my BB. My mom held my hand. It's not funny like the throat babies. I hate the throat babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth swimming in a big pool, asking for a way out. You know you do it laughing out fun times. It is one minute fun time. The turtles, you do not know what happened to them. All that crazy thought they could have been eaten, or maybe an elephant too. Mr. Smart Guy, try your eyes. You better not monetize me. I am the king of this bed for real. It's king size sexist, and no, I am not a brand where jokes. So you do it.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Oh
That was
my
the
God.
best rap I've ever written.
That is amazing. That is going in my intro. You've
Okay,
got to
so
send me that.
now I have to expand it though and add the rest to it that it didn't fit, so
Okay.
that we have the entire thing.
That's amazing. I'm telling you, I'm putting that in my intro though.
it's
Like anytime we
poetic.
live stream together, I'm playing that as part of the intro.
It's poetic. It's hysterical. I
oh
love
my
it.
God.
All right,
That
where
is-
did the lyrics leave off?
Who would have thought they would create a banger of a song?
That's a banger of a song right
It is-
there.
It is, man.
It is.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be copying the end part and I'm gonna be expanding that. Oh, this is gonna be great. Yep. Extend. Oh, God. That is the greatest rap song I think I ever heard.
Oh my God. I can't believe that's so real. Like,
It's perfect.
whoever that is, if you hear this, please send more messages.
Please send more.
I love them. You know what? If you send a mail, I want to make this clear too. If you send a mail that you had a problem with something, even if I think that's the dumbest thing ever, I don't make fun of you online. If you send me something like that though, I'm gonna fucking laugh at it because it's funny.
All right, we got an extension. Oh, this is going to be good. I can already tell. It's going to be good. Share it. Let's just listen to it because it's
Okay.
hilarious.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Oh, it's so good.
So you not make a song out of me with flaws. Space, umbrella guys in my throat again. Got a chicken bok, or a hen that is you bok, like a man. Chicken, you sexist, no face, do not monetize me. I better not see this on stream.
Oh my God. All right, now I'm going to have to
Yeah, put them together.
Chorus. I got to make a chorus too so it can repeat something. And I
Okay.
think I'm going to make it repeat the part about the cockroaches. That was
Okay.
that part was funny. The turtle eating or whatever that was.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Here it is. Chalk white cockroach, breadstick eating, money grabbing turtle, accusing money, Mr. Money Man. Perfect. That's going to be the chorus.
Man, some days, I'm telling you, anytime I have a bad day, I'm like, man, I hope it's a Megan Fox stream day because, Bud's so fucking funny. We're just like, who gives a shit what we do on this stream? I asked Megan, like, it's funny because I asked Megan, hey, what do you want to cover? And then we cover like the weirdest, randomest shit sometimes.
I know, and I'm like, I don't know. It'll come
come
appear.
together.
It'll appear out of nowhere.
Always.
Hey, by the way, I actually, speaking of appearing, I did get Greg Woodnick's latest response in my inbox tonight. So that's something nobody's read online yet.
Ooh, I want to see that. Yes. Hey, let me hit a couple more of these since they're attached to that. Oh my God, Aggie! OMG, Aggie! I like that, by the way. Thanks for the two. Megan Fox, you can only drink if you slurp loudly.
How is that?
You know what? I do agree though. Like, if I'm in public, I wear headphones for real because I cannot stand the sounds of people chewing. It makes me mad. It does. Like, when they're like, I used to know this guy that would
Then don't watch my stream from today.
This dude used to chew with his, like, I knew this guy, he would chew with his mouth wide open, like all the time. And I'd be like, you remind me of a cow chewing cud, man. What is wrong with you? There's a Mike. He's got a frozen one. Do you want to build a throat, baby?
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Do you want to build some throat, babes?
No, there's a couple more.
Make us
Chorus,
swim around the
Aventus,
pool.
phonetically. Let's see. D chorus. Aventus.
That's a long name.
I like it. Actually, it's supposed to be. It's probably a. Hey, this is how you pronounce it, Tug. That's how I take that.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm working on a parody of Bohemian Rhapsody. Yes, by Queen. I'm 2 verses in, and I can't breathe from laughing. Once I'm happy, I'll send it to you, Megan. There you go. See, I like them. I listen to songs people send me, but I will only listen if I can do it with headphones. Because if you listen through your phone, even if you have a really good phone, it doesn't do it justice. And I know how much time I spend fucking off with them because we made that fast. Now, if you listen to this stuff, we're putting them together and trying, I mean, like Megan will go in and you use Audacity and stuff, don't you?
I do. But now version 3 though, it puts it all together
better.
for you.
Yeah,
It puts it all together. It puts all the parts together, so now I don't have to do that.
I go through and run it through some other stuff and play with, I try to seam certain issues out, because sometimes you get pops. Or
Right.
you never know what AI will put into your music. Like, and I still miss it every now and then. Like that song I played at the beginning, you can hear a beep at the beginning. It just put a beeping sound. That's not actually me. That's the AI is like, hey, you want a beep in that? I'm like, fuck no, I don't want a beep in that. Dumb fun. Thanks for the 20. Maybe Google assumed Clown World was you all were talking about the Biden administration and its people. I don't remember. This is actually, I don't remember what we were I mean, anything we make fun of, really, we could attribute it to Clown World. And Miss Jackson thinks it's a breadstick money for the beautiful Megan Fox. Yeah, I'll totally give that to her. Totally. And OMG Aggie. Thanks for the two. Megan Fox, perfect slurp, by the way. That was perfect, Megan.
Great.
Is that song ready? I see you still sitting on that. Or
I'm trying to put it together, and I don't know why I can't figure it out. I'm like.
Just tell me. I've got the window not showing, but
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to. I did it the other day, and now I can't. I got 3 parts, and I need to put them all together.
Hey, we talked about. I talked about this last night. I thought that threat that came in. Here, let me pull this up while we're talking. Give me a second. It's not our threat, but it's still, since it's a Laura Owens threat, I thought we could, when channels get threatened, I think that's worth talking about.
Oh, yeah, Meg's Crime Watch. And by the way, did you watch the thing that got...
I haven't seen that.
That got her this? It's excellent.
Is it?
Oh, it's so good. She's put it together so well.
Well, definitely, the way you stop people from talking about something isn't threatening them and saying you better not or else.
Yeah, I had not even looked at that video, and now I had to because I was like, well, what got Laura so scared? And she put it together in an incredible way. It's a deep
I was just
dive
like,
on
man,
the
if I
whole
got a
case.
message like this, I would mail back questions about, okay, where's the OBGYN that you supposedly saw? Because this is your expert witness. Where's the actual OBGYN? I'd like to hear from them. I'm going to read this since we're
Yeah,
so
no, we should.
Meg, I followed your playlist on Owens versus Echard. Actually, why don't you read it with that wonderful voice that you do?
Okay.
I like that voice, actually. It fits her perfectly. That's how I imagine her voice all the time.
It's a great voice. There's nothing wrong with my voice. This is the way all millennials talk.
Could you imagine that voice gets sexy with you?
Ew.
It'd be like,
No, I can't.
oh my God. Oh my God. Could you imagine it saying like, could you imagine her voice being like, oh God, please suck my toes or something? You'd be like, no.
Suck my toes.
Gross, man.
Meg, I followed your playlist on Owens the Echard with increasing concern. Your most recent video, titled Faking a Pregnancy is Easy When You Have Zoom Court, stands out for its particularly harmful assertions, as this title and the content are categorically untrue and damaging. It is evident these distortions are designed to boost views and monetization, but at a cost to the truth and to my personal reputation.
What exactly is her reputation? What is... Laura, honey,
Well,
you don't want to know what your reputation is.
not
And
only
it's not
that,
our
like-
fault. It's yours.
Yes, that's the thing. I mean, if she had a reputation before, TEDx and all of that stuff, she's the one, again, who went to the media, asked for scrutiny, and whatever her thing is there. I almost said her, not reputation, her monetization. That's what I was like, whatever her reputation is, she did this.
She totally did it. She did it. She did this to herself.
It's just fascinating, like going around and having that much time to threaten. How big is the channel that this came into? Again, I'm not being.
She
a dick
just
pointing
hit
that out.
50,000.
Oh, that's actually a decent sized channel then. Okay.
Yeah,
I
which
didn't-
is, it goes all over, and it kind of screws with Laura's MO. She doesn't usually go for bigger channels.
Yeah.
Although she did go after Dave, and he's got 75,000 or 80,000 now. So she did go after Dave, but she's kind of avoided me. She's avoided you. She went after Law Talk with Mike. He's got a couple 100,000, doesn't he? Law Talk with Mike has a pretty big channel.
I can't remember. Let me check.
But she might not know him by reputation, She might not know who she's dealing with.
She might be like, I wonder if it's avoiding people like us because, well, I make it clear that anything people send me will get monetized. Like if
Well, I do the same thing.
Yep.
I say the same thing. I'm like, you can send me whatever you want, but I'm going to read every damn word. So don't send me anything you don't want the public to hear, because my email is public to you.
Indeed. Like I said, if somebody has a point or we're discussing something, if they're a source, that's fine.
Yeah,
But,
if you're a source, I'm not going to read your stuff
Yeah.
publicly. Obviously, that's. But if
I mean,
I'm
people have
telling
seen how
somebody
we've approached
directly,
it. But if somebody's
Yeah.
making threats to me, fuck
yeah,
you.
you
You're
don't get
game
any
on,
privacy.
baby.
You
Game
don't get
on.
privacy. You don't get any confidentiality. No.
I've had somebody do that before. Like, oh, you shared what I wrote after I sent you a comment. I was like, it's not confidential. You said you were going to destroy my life, and you flagged my channel, you piece of shit.
Yeah, right. You can't ask for things when you do stuff like that. Again, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. You don't get to then just go and ask for shit. No. And
I thought-
like for favors and stuff? Like, no, absolutely not.
I thought the part, okay, so where she's talking about how, actually, when you go forward, I'll note my thing.
Okay. Oh, I finally found the Get Whole Song button. All right. So it's working. It's working on the full song now. All right, here we go.
Where was I at?
The implication.
Oh, the implication that I exploited remote proceedings to fabricate a pregnancy is grossly inaccurate. Although the hearing you show in that video is indeed via Zoom. I was physically present in court the very next day with Clayton, in clear view of him and others. This fact was completely overlooked in your coverage. Attached is an expert report from Dr. Mike Medchill, a respected obstetrician who has delivered over 22,000 babies. And not just mouth babies, real babies.
I wonder how many mouth babies he's delivered, though.
His report, well, countless, Tug. Countless mouth babies. And he has them swimming around in the water, and he doesn't let them out.
Although, you know, what we were talking about with him, you know, in that one filing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull that up real fast, and then we'll go back to this.
By the way, I don't think that 22,000 babies is possible over his lifetime career. We've done the math, and that would mean he would have to be like delivering a baby every hour, nonstop for 25 years without taking breaks.
Well, I mean, they did, you know, to be fair, they credit him with other things that weren't actually true, too. That's what I wanted to pull up here. So, I misplaced it. There it is. It took me a minute to find it. I was like, wait a minute, there's 6 tabs. I went, which one is it? I was playing tab roulette for a second. So in that notice of unavailability, there was this part right here that I thought, babies. Okay, it said, in the summary of Dr. Manchill's educational experience, the pleading stated that Dr. Manchill also separately holds a PhD in immunology, biology. As it turns out, all information in his CV was and is accurate, but David Gingras misunderstood the reference to a PhD degree. Based on further discussions with Dr. Medchill, it is accurate to say that in addition to his medical and other degrees, Dr. Medchill also started working. So he doesn't have that. He started working on a PhD in immunology and biology and was a PhD candidate, as his CV indicates, but he did not, in fact, complete his PhD degree. This minor error, which was solely based on undersigned counsel's misrepresenting the information of his CV, has no impact on his qualification to serve as an expert or opinions stated in his report. So, essentially, we're told, that other information there, too, that's not right. Megan will be right back, too. She had a computer issue. This has been Streamlabs. If you don't know what happened, by the way, at the beginning, if we seemed extremely late today, that was because Streamlabs decided to not let us stream. We have to use a service to go through. And what happened here, if you'll notice it, check this out here. Now I don't record my stream, so the second part doesn't matter, but they were like, now again, you pay for this service, okay? So if you use it a lot, you end up paying for it. So traffic is unexpectedly high right now. We're creating more resources to handle it. Please wait 30 to 60 seconds and try again. And it's like, wait a minute. We shouldn't be working through this issue. You should have this issue already fixed. So that's why we were late, because we could not go live. Anytime you would try to go live, it'd be like, try it again. And, we tried everything to get in here, and it took 8+ minutes to get in. All right.
I don't know what happened. My computer shut down.
I was telling it didn't, as much. I was telling people about the StreamYard issue, at the beginning.
Weirdness, when I got back in just now, there was a big banner on StreamYard that said, we're having difficulties, warning, having difficulties streaming. So I guess it's still going on.
I'm going to say this to StreamYards. Thank you for, I pay for this service. And unless I get something free for my issue, I will go get another service, because that's how it works.
Yeah, they better fix this, because this is
No. They better not fix it. I better get comped something for it.
Yeah, I asked him on Twitter, do we get a refund for all the problems and stuff? I mean, you could have gotten 5 super chats in that
That's
5
right.
minutes.
I might have gotten 75 super chats. They never know.
They could have been 5 hondos. You never know who was waiting and got tired of waiting.
So, here's a good question. I think we can answer this. Nanya asks, thanks for the two. Why are so many dudes barebacking this Looney Tune? And really, that's a good question. This is the kind of, it's like we make jokes about people wearing masks during the beer bug. Yeah, I think this is an incident where maybe you need to, rewrap and rewrap like Saran wrap.
But like Clayton, he claims it never happened. He didn't get in there.
No, I mean, even in I'm not just everything. I don't
Everywhere.
care. Yeah, I mean, you put on like it better be like when I watch a documentary about Chernobyl, when they're going to cleaning up, or in a nuclear lab or something, they're all like suited up. That's what I need. I need one of those. You
And
better
I
look
will
like
say that like her flirting behavior, I've read through some other texts people haven't seen, and her behavior to get these guys is highly sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm imagining that she has some tricks in bed that they enjoy. And
How dare you say that she does tricks?
she's got some skills, I guess, and she knows how to reel them in that way. Beware, guys, of ladies who are overly sexualized. Let's just put it that way.
And just be careful, anybody. I mean, especially any relationship can go crazy, men or women. But yeah, when you're doing those, you got to remember, first of all, you got a 1 in 5 chance of hitting it up with an STD anyway. So that's not good odds. If I can look at my hand, one hand, and visualize my odds for something, that's not good. And on top of that, you've got a 1 in 1 chance of creating at least a throat baby. We've heard
the chat is saying they're clarifying that horse girls have a reputation for being crazy but really good in bed. So perhaps there's some truth to that rumor. Yeah,
I'm going to say I'll take.
It's a succubus. Yes, that's the definition of a succubus.
Let's see. I will take mid in bed, but won't ruin my life afterwards. I'll take that.
Mid in bed.
Yeah. I'll be like. You should fill out a survey. You should be like, how are you in bed? 1 to 10. Well, I'm a 5. Now, how crazy are you afterwards? 1 to 10. 3. Sold. Gotcha.
Sold.
Yeah. There's your song, Mid in Bed.
Mid in bed. But won't fuck with your head.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, God, there's already a clip of tonight's show of us laughing till we cried. It's already floating around on Twitter.
That's hilarious.
It must have been funny.
That message was amazing. Like I said, anybody who wants to send me, I can't tell if they're trolls or not. I mean, if they're really funny, I read them anyway. But I know, let's just say, when I used to read crazy messages, I read a lot of them. I know 3 of them. I found out who they came from, and they were legit people, so they weren't playing around. One of them messaged me and was very angry that they ended up on a stream, and they showed me who they were, and I kept laughing at their messages, but I didn't reveal who they were because I thought it'd be funnier. I thought, as long as they feel like I won't put their face out there, they'll keep sending me these crazy fucking messages.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, let me pull that back up. Sorry. Give me a second. Well, it'll take me half a minute here. I said, give me a second.
Some well-meaning person tried to drag me into a cancel war today to cancel Andrew Branca. Do you know Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody's not happy with his tweets, and someone who's a fan of mine tried to drag me into a cancel war to cancel Andrew. And it's like, dude, do you guys not realize? Like, I love you all. Really, I do. I love you, my fans. And I know some of you are sensitive. You can't be sensitive on the internet, though. Like, you really need to put your big boy pants on and put your big girl pants on and, like, just click past stuff you don't like. But trying to conscript me into a cancel mob against Andrew Branca is not going your way. It's not going to work. Like, Andrew is a decent dude. Yes, he has some weird takes about women and whatnot, but it's also all context.
Yeah, well, you know,
He's usually telling a joke.
No, it's not just that. Like, people's life experience gives them this mindset, okay? And if you really want to show that that mindset's not correct, you add to that. You know, like, I look at it this way. I run into a lot of men that they don't like or terrified of women. And the same way, I run into women that they don't like or terrified of men. I think streams like this help that out. It's like, hey, you know, look at that. You know, it's
like we can and I don't like this guilt by association shit either. Like, oh, the tweet was pointing out that you follow him. So you must not be, you know, you must not know that he has these opinions of women, and you want to unfollow him. And it's like, no, I don't. If Andrew and I disagree about something, I am big enough of a, you know, grown up to face it head on, and we'll do a debate online or something.
I mean, I know
for
people
God's
that have.
sake.
I mean, again, you know, I used to get those with Nick or Drex or whomever. I'd get, you know, comments like, how can you? Actually, I was on a Flashcast one night, and they were talking about fat women, you know, and they were saying some stuff, and people were like, oh, my God, Tug, how could you? And I was like, you know what? Did I say it? No, I didn't say anything there.
Right.
They can have their own opinion. I was like, you know, I don't like stick women anyway. Like, I've said that before. I like a woman with
either just Drex, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So
Drex
I mean,
loves the
you know,
fat chicks.
that wasn't my thought. Like, my thought would have been different than what they were saying.
Well,
But
and also it's like you can have a different opinion and sit and listen to somebody else who doesn't agree, and it's fine. That doesn't mean that you have to like cancel them or not be friends with them anymore.
or correct them every time they speak, man. I'm not going to get on that,
Right.
you know, because I would never get to shut up with some people.
Right? Why would I do that? Like, why would I? Andrew has a right to think what he thinks and tweet what he wants to tweet, and they're not my tweets. I told this person, I said, get back to me when I do something that bothers you.
Yep.
Please don't pull me into the shit about so-and-so said this. Don't you think he's terrible? No. No, I'm not getting into that. I'd have to drop all my friends if I had to base my friendship on the acceptability of their tweets. I wouldn't have any friends left. Do you know who my friends are? Have you met Nick Ricada? Like, nothing he says is acceptable. Nothing. Literally zero. But he's still a funny bastard.
Even my friends that are, I mean, pretty tame. You know, they're still going to say stuff that's offensive. Sooner or later, you're going to offend people. You know, people got it. Like I said before, you know, people got offended because I say Jesus wept, and that's your prerogative if you get offended by that. I'm not making fun of your religion,
really
nothing
weird
else.
thing
Yeah,
to get offended by.
Well, my granddaddy used to say. My granddaddy was one of the most devout people I could ever think of. And he would say that. He said very few things, but he would, like, if he thought something was just absolutely absurd, he would say, Jesus wept. Sometimes he'd say, Jesus wept, boy. He'd say that to me. If I was doing something. Yeah, he'd look at me. He'd give me that, like, you know, when a person, a few words would look at you, and they'd be like, Jesus wept, boy. You knew you had done something really stupid.
Oh, it's perfect.
I loved it. All right, let's finish this.
Just
Let's
FYI,
finish this.
don't
thread.
drag me into any cancel wars. Cancel wars are gay, and I won't do it.
I just
All right, let's hit it. What are we doing? Where am I at?
we. I think we're overlooked at coverage, so we're at attached is the expert. Oh no, wait! You hit the 22,000 babies. You hit that.
His report confirms my pregnancy and directly disputes the baseless claims you've aired. While you are free to voice your opinions, crossing into defamation under the pretense of discussion or commentary is unacceptable. The content you've produced strays far from responsible journalism and ventures into legal liability. I urge you to retract the false statements and delete the videos or correct the misinformation immediately. If these issues are not resolved promptly, be advised that my attorney is prepared to pursue legal action against all parties who have perpetuated or profited from these falsehoods.
By the way,
All
why?
the best.
Oh yeah, we forgot that.
All the best.
Yeah.
Why didn't her attorney write this? That's the question I have. Where is he?
Why not send a cease and desist?
You know what I think? I think he has client control problems. I think he told her to shut up because he told us that he told her to shut up the second he took over the case. And he said we wouldn't be hearing anything else from her because she's listening to him. That's what he said. But at the second he went out of town because he filed that thing that said he wasn't available this weekend, the second he went out of town, she got on her keyboard and started firing off her stupid cease and desist that have no legal authority. I
just
find
think
that
it's
interesting.
I think it's interesting, like for the moon bump. Like we've talked about that before. That's something like for myself. I look at it and think that's odd, but can I say with certainty? Yes. Now, obviously, I can't say with 100% certain anything, but with everything else that has been added in, yes, there is definitely a question about reality. Dr. Medchill said something. Like I said,
that guy never saw her when she was allegedly pregnant. Where's your OBGYN?
Well, he also could not say with certainty you were pregnant. He could say, all of this. Could you be?
99.
Yes.
He said 99.5%. And it's like, you can't. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, as long as you don't say 100%, we learned that from like mouthwashes and other places getting sued because they were saying they were 100% effective.
Oh, right.
And it's like, no,
you have
they
to
can't
say
do that.
90-some%, just like a fake commercial. Yeah, right. Yeah, I just think she's, I'm more convinced about the moon bump than you are, but that's because I'm a woman who's been pregnant 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but that shit is not real. Okay.
I'm not unconvinced. For me, it's a fascinating item that is added to. There's so much other stuff that it's like, okay, fake sonograms. Again, no ultrasounds, no OBGYN. Everything is just self-reported. Those issues right there. That's an issue.
Especially when she said she wanted these babies. You had a high-risk pregnancy and you never once sought obstetric care? What the hell are you wanting us to believe? Because we don't believe it. If you have a high-risk pregnancy, you're not jumping horses while you're pregnant, which she did in September. And also, there's no way that belly was real. Because her expert, the one that she's relying on here, she says that his report is 100% correct, he said she miscarried way before October 16th. So what was she doing on October 25th with a giant 8-month pregnant belly?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many. When you start poking holes in this story, and then you add in the other people. See, that's another problem that they don't want you to talk about. That's why they've tried to just strike down their testimony. Because when you start adding in everyone else, like Greg Gillespie, I thought his emails were so telling. Like when you went through and he's pointing out, hey, here's similarities. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? And it's like, wow, that's crazy. He recognizes the story. And there's some stuff in there, even he doesn't point out that's similar. Again, like the OOPs, and the stalking. I mean, I still every time I think about what happened with Mike, looking at her own words, which was attached to the filing, trying to knock them out. That makes me mad. That makes me very mad.
Yeah, it's terrible. This whole thing is terrible. Dave's in the chat. He says he just bought his plane ticket to Scottsdale in June. Who's coming with him? I know I am. I got to go do that right now, too. I'm going to go buy a plane ticket right now.
Just take a cardboard cutout of me. I mean, people are used to that anyway. Just pretend I'm speaking. Just be like, hey there, hey there, hey there.
I'm going to take one of those, like just your face on a popsicle stick. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a little popsicle stick tug next to me in court. Like a fan. I'm going to make a fan. I'm going to say it's my fan, but it's going to have your face on it for court.
See if they'll give it a boarding pass.
Oh man, you cracked
You
me
know
up.
what? I'm telling you. What I wish I was there so I could write a note, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, Megan, you totally need to get away from that Dave Neal. He's a monster."
He's a monster. God.
And you're so stunning and brave. Oh Lord. Actually, you know what? Somebody should write you one with your popsicle stick tug. You need to get away from that monster. You're like, I can't stand him anymore, and break the popsicle stick in half. I'll be like, yeah, we'll be like, oh my God, there was violence on the plane. Megan Fox broke that umbrella guy's back.
We can start some real rumors.
Oh my God. The problem with those is you
Megan
never
Fox
can.
is canceling that umbrella guy.
The problem is you can never freaking undo the rumors. Like, 2 years from now, people are like, you remember that time, Megan Fox? You're like, oh shit. Not this again.
Everybody takes everything so seriously.
Especially,
Stop being so serious. It's getting pretty serious.
Why so serious?
It's getting pretty serious, Napoleon.
Oh my God. You said you had a new filing.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Do you want to read it? Mm-hmm. Do you want to read a filing?
It's
I just got it.
and fakes on the ground.
It just arrived in the mail.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to get that out of my head. Okay, while I'm looking that up, how about if you play my new video, my new music video, since we can't get the song out of our head anyway. Might as well.
Okay, yeah.
All right, there.
Is it
While
ready?
I'm looking,
Okay.
I have to download it and everything. So you go play. You play that.
Okay, well, I'll pull it up. Let's see. Is it?
Good Nick, do you wanna have a phone call? Come on and call me. I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you wanna have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Waging grass, okay, bye. Do you wanna have a phone call? Or go out to lunch in the garden? Think a phone call is overdue.
Oh, shit.
I've started talking to the blog on the internet. Hang in there, Laura Owens. It gets a little messy, all this fake evidence. Just watching.
Oh, I love that picture.
Please, I know you're in the office. People are asking why I'm still on the case. They say I'm a douche canoe, and I'm an idiot. I'm
so
in my
sad.
office. Just give me a call. We only need a phone call. It's about the case. What are we gonna do? Do you want to have a phone call?
Oh my God. It's like they're getting married. It's beautiful.
I love it.
Oh my God. I love these sit down stuff with this so, man.
I know.
Do you want to have a phone call?
I like how everyone's ignoring him. Everyone's talking about what a bad lawyer he is.
I never hear from you anymore. Come on the line, it's like you're ignoring me. We need to talk off the record, and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why. Do you want to have a phone call? It doesn't have to be a phone call. Go away, Gene Grass. Okay, bye. But don't forget, I could have you arrested with the cops. Don't worry like some kind of snob. You regret it if you do. Don't say I ever threatened you.
Oh shit.
Say you'll talk to me. I'm really just a lonely guy, and I need to make you see. Okay, bye.
so much.
Oh,
I
that
love
was
it so
actually-
much.
That was very good.
Wasn't it good?
It
was a good
was.
little break there.
Oh,
Have a
yeah, that's.
Broadway
I love that we have.
vibe.
I love that we have intermission music.
Yeah, intermission music. That's a
That's
good
what
way
I'm going to
look
do a
at it.
song called intermission music. Yeah.
It's like my hold music.
Oh my God! Every time you do this, I start thinking about the girl from Ipanema.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ipanema's
All right. I put
Now I'm gonna have
the
it stuck in my head
filing.
all day tomorrow.
The new filing is shared. You just have to share the
Thank
screen.
God. Do you want to share a filing?
Stop it. Every time you do that voice, it makes me snort. Falsetto tug is the best tug.
Do you want to hear Megan snorting?
Oh, you're done. Stop it.
She's gonna chew some food like cud. She'll make some Lego noise for all the boys.
Oh, and then roll around in the mud. She didn't need that keyboard anyway.
Is she grazing on her keyboard? You're like, what?
Its spit takes everywhere.
Oh my God, the J key is missing too.
Damn it, you.
Oh my God, we're gonna make a
I've been ensnared.
Holy shit!
Oh my God. I can't stop singing that song.
I know. Once it gets
Oh,
in there,
it's in there.
it's like
in
a
there
brain
for
worm,
Good. It's
you
a
know.
brain worm. Damn
oh my God!
it.
Now I know how that Kennedy feels. Maybe I've got a brain worm too.
Oh, I have a brain worm. Its name is Laura Owens. Get out of my brain. I'm tired of you.
No. If it was named Laura Owens, there'd have to be two of them.
And my brain would be pregnant.
You'd be like, how did that one happen? She'd be like,
Why is my
"Tell
head swelling? It's not the mumps. It's,
It's
brain
not the
babies.
Shit.
Okay, this stream has officially gone off the rails. Are we really going to read a 54-page motion right now?
Let's look at it. Well, I don't know about that.
All right, wait. Let's see. Let me see how many pages the
How many pages
actual
is the actual thing?
thing. Wait.
It doesn't.
It's not that long.
Okay. All right, good. I was
No,
about to say, if it's 54 pages.
No, the exhibits start at page 13. So we only have 13 pages. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to guess maybe 5.
Professional. And anyway, this is Greg Woodnick's writing, so it's going to be way
Okay,
more
it'll be good
entertaining
then.
than
Yeah,
that
yeah.
other bullshit that we had to read
Greg
the other
Woodnick's
night.
they're always fun. Like he some of his are zingers, man.
Oh, yeah. I know. I love him. All right. The chat is telling me Dave wants to come talk to us, which of course we always want Dave here, but you guys might just be making that up. So I will text him.
Yeah, I asked him if you.
Do you really want to come on?
Do you really want to come on with the snowman? No, I
Do
gotta
you
stop
want
the
to
song.
come with me and talk?
I've got to stop. The song.
Or is the chat lying?
The chat does that all the time, man.
The
with
chat's always
people.
lying. I can send you.
See, like nobody actually sent it in super chat though. So see,
you
that's usually
want
if somebody
it.
really wants on, they're
Well, they've said it
usually
a couple of times, so it's like I don't know if they're telling the truth or not. Chat, you really need to stop lying. Lying is bad for you. And
You're lying to the Pope of.
And one of the nuns of YouTube, by the way. Where's my correct avatar? Let's see. Here we go. Don't lie to the nun either. Don't lie to nuns. It's not good.
You're like the only nun ever sainted while alive. Woohoo!
Oh, I think I just swallowed a lemon seed.
It's Saint Megan.
Yeah, see, he's out on a jog, you guys. Leave Dave alone. He's jogging. He doesn't need this
Yeah,
pressure.
he probably. I mean, he probably doesn't get much sleep anyway. You know, new child and everything else. So he probably needs like a half a second to collect his thoughts.
He's running up a hill trying to get his cardio ready for hot Scottsdale reporting. Good for you, Dave. Good, keep going. Get it, Dave. Get it. Get that hill. All right. All right, here we go. This is the response objection to petitioner's motion for judgment on the pleadings and renewed motion to dismiss. That's a very long title. These things keep getting longer and longer titles. They're like the response to the response for the objection to the petitioner's response motion for response judgment on the response to the response on the pleadings motion in limine. It's crazy. It's getting ridiculous. Defendant, respondent Clayton Echard, by and through counsel undersigned, hereby files his response and objects to plaintiff petitioner Laura Owens' motion for judgment on the pleadings and renewed motion to dismiss, filed May 10th. I'm
glad I've already read this, by the way, that filing, so I'm ready for this one.
Right, so we're all caught up.
We
should all be caught up now. MG says it keeps getting longer and longer. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay, general availability of attorney's fees and sanctions. Before addressing the balance of the motion on its face, the court must be aware that Laura's entire argument face-planted. No, I'm sorry, that's not what it says. Laura's entire argument presents a false choice fallacy. Oh, that's an interesting alliteration. In an attempt to artificially limit both the scope of the pleadings and the court's authority. Rule 26 is not, and has never been, the exclusive source of the court's authority to award attorney's fees, and it does not govern Clayton's substantive claims for relief raised in the pleadings. Therefore, the question before the court is not whether it can award sanctions under Rule 26 or no sanctions at all, as Laura falsely frames her argument. Rather, the question is whether Clayton is entitled to adjudication on his claims for fees and sanctions under any authority invoked in the pleadings or inherent to the court. This is an important part of the sentence. Or inherent to the court by virtue of its statutorily mandated duties. So in other words, the court has its own powers.
Yeah.
And the court can do what the court wills. The answer to that question is clearly yes. Laura knows, or at least should know, based on the plethora. What is a plethora? Plethora. The plethora. Do you remember that from the Three Amigos?
I do. By the way, I thought a good point that should be brought up. When David Gingras goes out and he blogs, when you look at court filings, they don't address a court filing like David Gingras said this. No, it's Laura Owens said this or Clayton Echard said that. That's because they are speaking for the person, that they're representing. Right. So when David Gingras is out there doing all of this stuff, that is Laura Owens doing this stuff. That's how I interpret that, Yes,
and that's the legal interpretation of it, certainly.
Yeah, so, all those blogs, when you start looking at it like that, they take on a totally new light, because it's not just PR by lawyer, it's Laura Owens' PR on the internet.
Well, that has really opened him up to being put into these pleadings as like evidence of bad behavior, by the way. So most lawyers don't do that. They don't blog, they don't talk in public, but if they do, it then goes beyond, Laura says, to, and also, Judge, her lawyer is doing this weird thing. Here's what he's doing.
It goes beyond that, too. All these threats of litigation. He himself has said many things that cause real problems for those threats. Not just in filings, but, when he's, quote unquote, working through a narrative, when he's throwing all of this stuff out, seeing how it sticks, or, when he's out there saying, that's a minor perjury, Whoopsie.
Minor Perjury, also a hit song that I have written, and if you send enough super chats, maybe we'll play it for you. Because Minor Perjury is a banger, folks, and it has a video too. Dave Neal says, my working theory is that her lawyer is being paid to bully everyone and make them feel emotional pain so they don't try to retaliate. Yeah. That's a good theory, Dave. It's, I think, definitely part of his plan, but I think he doesn't understand the amount of support that's here for you and others who are reporting on this, because we have we are us. We are a very large group of people who says no more. You will go this far and no further. And I don't think that any of you out there is going to let Dave be drowned by this man with his litigation, or anybody for that matter. We raised $5,600 in like 6 minutes the other night for Mike Maricini. I don't think it's going to be a problem to raise money for a great lawyer to bury Gingras in whatever bullshit he tries to pull.
Well, Tennessee too, anti-slap statute, like Tennessee has a very, very strong anti-slap statute set up. So they're going to have a real problem going out and trying to say that you don't have the right to talk about this. We're looking at the Gillespie statements, when he was writing him back and he said, things like, oh, well, where's your proof? You haven't sent me any proof about lies. And then he put in the sentence, to be clear, that doesn't apply to things that she's admitted to being untruthful about. So he's saying, hey, she does lie, but I don't consider that. So it just shows you his mindset. He's played this out more and more. And he's baited people into commentary. So you can't do that kind of stuff.
And Dave has another great point. He says, in hockey, there's an enforcer. Their job isn't to score goals. Their job is to rough people up and cause fights, and they are thugs. That's exactly what this guy is. That's exactly it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the way, I've never seen a lawyer handle things like this in a case that I've covered. We've seen the stereotypes of people acting like that in the extreme, but I've never seen a lawyer do it, and do it so unconvincingly, by the way.
I've never seen it either in real life. I've only seen this kind of bad, evil lawyer in like a TV series where, that's the role that guy's supposed to play, is this really evil, shitty. Not even Saul Goodman is like this. Like, Saul Goodman is likable and charismatic. He's
this
not
is like a character. It's like dealing with a character, like a Disney villain
like
or
something.
something.
Disney villain.
Oh, look, I'm back from
song
drowning
is so
puppies.
perfect.
I'm going to go after Dave Neal. You'd be like, not the Dalmatians.
He's literally skinning puppies in the shed behind his house.
It's like, what do you think's on the walls of the blog?
I can't stop laughing. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. It's so accurate though. It's so accurate. This guy could not be more of a caricature of a villain if he's like a cross between Cruella de Vil and I'm trying to think of somebody else who's like Two-Face. He's like Two-Face and Cruella de Vil.
Oh my god. I'm waiting for a document. It's like motion to skin puppies and sue Dave Neal. Like motion denied.
He's like, and by the way, while I'm skinning puppies in my puppy skinning shed behind my house, I never have engaged in the kind of free speech that Dave Neal has. And that kind of deplorable speech. Meanwhile, I'm bathing in the blood of puppies, but never mind that.
He's like, I may have defended people that put up revenge porn, but my God, those evil words he says.
My God. Oh, Bruce from Oregon says, Dave will not be homeless as long as I breathe. Hey, Dave can move in with me, okay? If it gets bad, Dave and Tasha, you just come on up to New York and you can move in with us. You're not.
You can move into
homeless.
the backyard out here. Just watch out for the trampolines during storms.
Don't worry. The trampoline transformed into a tent. He can be in the tramp tent.
He can live in the trampoline.
Oh God!
You'd be like, it leaks a lot, Tug.
We'll buy a tarp though. We'll pitch in for a good tarp.
Maybe the next storm will blow a tarp in the yard. Never know.
Storms of Walmart, people. Storms of Walmart. Starring in Tennessee right now. You'll never know what will blow into your yard. It might be an air fryer next.
I wish you'd blow a backup power generator into my yard. I'd really use that.
Yeah, couldn't we all? Dang. Oh, wait. Hold on. I have to make sure my kid got put to bed.
Okay.
Spawn, are you here?
Spawn,
No,
are you here?
She must be in another room. I'm going to have to text her. Do you want to build a snowman? Oh, that's never going to get out of my head.
Do you want to build Dave Tarpolian? By Dave Tarpolian, that's it. By David Tarpolian. Cover the trampoline up tonight. Oh, no. Poor Dave, man. No, man. I've lived in Tennessee a long time, and I've seen a lot. You know, the anti-slap, you can complain about it. I've seen it in trials, shut down trials that I thought, man, that should go forward. But at the same time, you know, all the stupid trials people try to bring, you know, when they try to, again, shut down your right to speak about something. That's what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's this kind of lawsuit isn't going to make it past anti-slap.
I just want to know I want to know what all these free speech lawyers that, you know, I've seen his Twitter, and, you know, there are a bunch of free speech, I'm going to use that in air quotes, the way I'm saying, free speech lawyers, because it makes me question, you know, if...
You know what? It makes me question, too, and I'm not afraid to say it because I don't know this guy, but Mark Mendoza, you really need to rethink your follow.
Yeah,
and
not just that. You know, I saw
your
some of the posts he was like
David
down with. I was like, are you paying attention, man? Because, you know, this guy is threatening the very thing that you get paid high dollars for. So it's like, is that?
And maybe they're just friends. Maybe they're friends, and like that's one thing. But like, if it's just like this association of free speech lawyers, why wouldn't they be like, dude, this is not the thing.
I can't imagine. There would be like, what would be the benefit? He'd be like, hey, Tug, come over. I have a shed built out of cocaine. I'd be like, hell yeah, let's do it. You know,
I can't. I gotta say though, I haven't seen like Mendoza liking any of his posts about this case though. He liked like a post of his from a while ago. So maybe they met when he was, you know, when he was defending like the dirty.com and the revenge prawn people. So I could see how other free speech lawyers,
headline of I don't know.
I could see how they would like that. Like I could see why they would like the dirty.com stuff. I could see that. Because it was very on edge. It was very on the edge of what is appropriate and what is allowed. And I think legally speaking, the law probably found in the right thing. Now, morally speaking, was it right? No.
I'm so torn on, but you know, platforms. I don't want platforms shutting down people's ability to speak. At the same time, I do not think someone posting revenge prawn is them speaking. You know,
no, I don't either.
That is not.
And
you
the dirty.com like really rode that line as well.
Yeah.
Because the dirty.com was they peddled in lies. Now, some of it wasn't lies. Some of it was actual news. And if they had stuck to that, they would have been okay, I think. Like, for instance, they broke the Anthony Weiner story with the sexting the underage kid. So that was a big deal. That was a big story. But some of the other things that they did were not as newsworthy and were just, you know, they let people use their platform to commit defamation against people, their ex-wives or ex-girlfriends or whatever. But they did break the Wiener story. They did.
They broke the Wiener. No. I'm just saying,
That's what she said.
Like, if they start suing people like YouTube, there are a lot of people that would, they would have a problem with that. We know a lot of very effective crowdfunders, you know, and I would definitely go out of my way to be like, yo, like a lot of people, like, hey, I'd hit up people like Emily DeBaker again, just be like, hey, this is what's happening. You cover cases. And a lot of people, not just to say one
Emily would love
person.
this case. I wish she would pick it up. She would love this case. I know she's really busy, and people have been trying to get her attention on
She's
this.
so, like somebody, I think I saw somebody in the chat say she's overextended. And she covers that a lot.
We're all overextended. My God.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. I mean, there are trials like right now. People written me and like, asked about, hey, what about Karen Reed? I'm like, man, I don't have room in my head.
I'm catching up on that. I am catching up on that because I will like put it on 1.5 speed, and I'll catch up on the recaps that The Lawyer You Know does, or Runkle does, or, I will watch those. Jeff is doing like replays of the entire stream, so I'm not like watching those. I'm watching like the recaps. I love Jeff's coverage though when he does trials. I just can't dedicate that kind of time to it. I will say, though, that when the defense starts, which is supposed to be right after the Scottsdale trial and the Owens case, I may start streaming it at that point because they're supposed to start. Because so far, the prosecution's side of the case, it hasn't convinced me of anything except that it was snowing that night and that the Alberts have a really hard time with the truth. That's all
I want to see that because, there was so much controversy surrounding Turtle Boy, and I want to see what goes with that. I kept up with some stuff, but I didn't know enough on it, and I want to see what
They've
happens.
kicked him out of the courtroom for certain
I saw
witnesses.
that. That's wild.
Although I will say the judge did give him some leeway. She allowed him to be kicked out for certain witnesses, but she did say, but we will save your seat, which is a big deal. Because the seats are all full, and it's like the Depp trial. You stand in line, you either get a seat or you don't. And if you get up and leave your seat at any time, you can lose it. So the judge actually said, we are saving that seat for him, so that when he is allowed in here, he's here. Which I thought was a pretty reasonable. I don't think she should have kicked him out. I thought it was a bad decision, but at least she said, we're saving your seat,
I just haven't kept up enough. I don't have enough. Like, I obsessed over minutia in cases. I know you're like, hey, the guy who did over like 1,000 videos on one case, that guy obsessed over minutia. No, really, tell me another. But when I find something interesting, that's all I want to. That's all I want to cover.
Larry's there. Larry's at the Karen Reed trial. He was
I saw him. And. If anybody needs good coverage, I mean, there it is, right there too. I mean, you've got a bunch of, like, again, good people breaking down and.
Legal Vices. Legal Vices. You said you're not doing the whole trial. I thought you were. Wait, you're doing recaps? How did I not know this? I've been watching other people's recaps. I didn't know you were doing recaps. I thought you were doing full day trial. Oh, well, Legal Vices is doing recaps. Well, now I have to start watching yours because I love your coverage. I think your coverage is great. So I will absolutely. I didn't know you were doing recaps, though. That's good to know. All right, bad news, Tug. We are only on page 2 of this 13.
I say we save this document. We're not going to get it done. There's no.
We're
way.
not.
No,
we can get through at least.
It's 7:45 already.
You're
man.
right.
We're not getting there.
We're not
getting
through
all
it.
that. I want to show you something else
Okay.
today. Okay, that happened.
Should we do more rap songs? Let's do more rap songs.
Well, we didn't have this on the schedule, so that's okay.
That's
we can cover
true.
that, so it'll be fine. But I thought, I don't know if you've kept up with any of the insanity that's gone on with Marilyn Manson. I don't know if you've.
I have. Yes and no. Have you ever had so I kind of like peripherally know what's going on, but I'm not like deep diving into it.
Now there's one of the things that people should be aware of is there have been people that accused him that have recanted, and other people that supposedly had horrible things done that were like, no, that didn't happen. That should make people think, yeah, there's a problem. And then there are other glaring problems, too. Well, Manson has noted, let me pull this up here. Manson is apparently coming out with another album, and Metro Entertainment dropped this. Now, just look at what they write here before even looking at the article. Quote, Despite what your uncle may say after his third pint during a family dinner, cancel culture has not gone too far. Given that alleged abuser, notice that, alleged, there, right there, alleged abuser Marilyn Manson has just signed a new record deal, it's fair to say that cancel culture has not gone far enough.
Really?
I mean, that's wild. Now, the ratioing in this is awesome. So, you know, like this is a
that's
great
good.
ratio. 4 likes, right? And I was like, all right, you want cancel culture? Maybe we should cancel you like you cancel others. Let you reap that whirlwind. 235 likes. That is a ratio
Maybe
and a
we should
half.
cancel you. Let's cancel that guy. Who wrote that?
Now, let's pull up the article. Give me a second.
Let's cancel that guy. I usually hate cancel culture.
You,
But let's
you know,
cancel that
it's
guy.
It's gonna be some younger female. I would bet money. I'm gonna have to pull this up on another browser when it doesn't have a.
The chat
God.
is revolting. They all want to. They want us to read that motion.
No way. We don't have time. We'll be here all night. We will read it. We will read it. We will
will
get
be
to
here
it.
all night if we do it. But I mean, I'll probably go live tomorrow. I'll read it on my live in the morning.
I'll either read it with Megan or I'll read it without Megan, and then we'll laugh about it together. It'll get covered. We'll laugh about it.
Don't worry, it'll get covered.
Yes, it will get covered a lot. We will talk about it. But I just know better. I know tonight
Do
we
you
will
want to
not
read
get-
emotion?
I like no Marilyn Manson is in frame. Brooke Ivy Johnson. That's Marilyn Manson is living proof.
Me.
Wait a minute. So I just read you the thing that it said, like cancel culture. So you would say cancel culture is real from that statement, right? And then theirs is like, Marilyn Manson is living proof there's no cancel culture. But you just said it hasn't gone far enough.
What?
Oh my God.
That's so weird.
Let's see. Is this long? Let me check out.
You know what the problem with cancel culture is? Who's in charge? Who decides who gets canceled and who doesn't? Like, and one day you're on the right side of the cancel mob, and the next day you're the one getting canceled.
They will always come for it. Dan Wooten was the perfect example of that. Okay, Dan Wooten, like him, dislike him. I personally, anyone that joins the cancel fray, like they're deciding. Again, you can make a mistake on something. That's different. Like if you were like, oh, I've changed my mind on this, looking at evidence. Okay, you learn. But Dan Wooten spent half a decade trying to cancel Johnny Depp. He went out of his way. He was thanking people, some of the worst scumbags on the internet. Looking at you, Eve Marlowe. Why did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. But he was thanking her and everything else. And then he was accused of some pretty horrific things. Now, I covered those. And I said, I'm not accusing him of anything. But, I mean, he said we should listen and believe. So I'm listening, and I guess I'll believe it. That's fair. Now, Wooten, since then, has, done an about face. And he's covered Kevin Spacey with an interview and, just other items. But that's a very dramatic, you liked it until you ended up
it
canceling.
happened to you. But that's the way all these people will behave. Until it happens to them, they're totally fine with canceling. But then it'll happen to them and they'll come around. And I mean, it's kind of a weird thing though, because Tug, don't you feel like we've had this argument a ton of times where it's like, we hate cancel culture, but until it stops, we need to go whole hog on it when it happens to one of them.
Listen to this. Many feel that the phenomena of canceling a celebrity is overly punitive and unjust, and that the internet discourse has created a world in which people are tried unfairly in the court of public opinion. In reality, after centuries of powerful people getting to operate with relative impunity thanks to their higher social statuses, cancel culture is an attempt to simply hold people accountable for their actions. Unfortunately, it not only isn't the powerful, insidious phenomenon people think it is, it's also very ineffective. With Manson, when those accusations dropped, everything. His career went away. He lost not just his reputation, but he lost his label. He lost albums he was putting together. He lost TV shows and more. And he's spent a lot of money trying to get to trial. Unfortunately, like I was talking about with anti-slap, a lot of lawsuits will just get knocked down and you never get to face. People think, hey, I'll get to face my accuser. No, you may not ever get to. Because they'll treat it, even though, because of celebrity status, and he said, she said, you may not ever get to face your accuser and ever get to present evidence that would exonerate you, which is bullshit, just to get down to it. So for these people to say this, that's fucking wild. Just remember, anybody that says that, okay, anything that's ever said about this person here, I guess it's true. You know, if they get canceled, fuck them. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't care. I had to give my little one a hug. Good night. Good night, dear. I love you.
Hello, fellow people.
Hello, fellow people.
Hello, fellow people.
Hello, returned fellow human.
Hello, return. Hello, fellow human. Good night, sweetie. That's funny. Yeah, these people, man. These people. I mean,
I'm seeing
this case, though, like, so he sued. I have to get caught up on what happened, but he countersued, or he sued them for defamation, and somehow it got dismissed.
Yeah, what was crazy, okay, so there was one that person had their case dismissed because, timeline, it had been too long to bring it forward. Okay, then they came in and were saying, oh, actually, I didn't realize that I had been abused. I only recovered those memories in therapy. So this has just started.
Oh,
and guess what? They were allowed to bring that forward. It reset the clock.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's like junk science.
It is. And actually, in the 1980s, recovered memories put a lot of innocent people in jail. A lot. And, that's when people,
the
we had
satanic panic thing.
Yeah.
Although these days I'm starting to think, was that really not true? I don't know. Now I'm starting to wonder. Did the Satanists just cover it up? I don't know.
Well, there are people
I don't know, Tug.
There are people.
No, but yeah, like what was it? The something daycare.
I don't even remember.
Mick something.
I have limited space in my brain.
McVillain, Mick something.
McVillain.
McVillain.
The McVillain trial.
Do you want to eat a kindergartner?
No.
Oh! Stop. Someone made...
But people are like, okay, so you had Smithline. She actually recanted. I read through that filing too, and it was amazing because she said not only was what was said there not real, but she was pressured by the other accusers into doing this. She talked about how they would get together and they would talk about things like recovered memories and be like, nah, oh, you don't remember that happening? Well, really think back and look at everything that we're saying.
Then they do that weird hypnosis. And I don't know. Is any of that real? I feel like I could go to a therapist and be like, I think I've got repressed memories, and they could, bring up anything.
Well, you have the reality with therapists. There are many terrible ones, and there are some good ones out there, And some of the things, some people don't look. You got a problem. The way I look at therapy is, you have an issue that you come in with. Like, hey, you're suffering from anxiety. Okay, well, we can look at what's causing that, but let's look at how we're going to fix that problem. That's the issue. What can we do right now? And we're going to look at it in a concrete way. No abstractions. It's just like if we're sitting in a room, you're sitting at a desk right now. How do you get out of there? Well, you take steps. Fine, we're going to take steps. We're going to map it out. We're going to move forward, and we're going to fix this issue. We're not going to dredge through when you were a 3-year-old and everything else, unless we, if you need to talk about stuff, fine. That I'm not saying that that's not there. But ultimately, you came in with a problem. Are we addressing the problem? And the problem is, it's symptom based. You're talking about, again, depression, anxiety, whatever's there. Why are you really there? You're having angry outbursts. You fix those issues. These other people that get into it, oftentimes they want to strap you to a couch and they want to feed off of you. They're like a fucking emotional vampire. They're going to feed off of you for years and they're going to get paid for it. So you don't want that.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I've seen people that do that, and there's a lot of power in therapy. Like, I'm very careful when I speak. You hear me pause a lot because I'm thinking. First of all, you ever work with a schizophrenic? You really think about what's not going to make someone angry. Maybe I don't, and sometimes you need to do that. But on top of that, you really want to choose your words carefully because your words are powerful. I mean, many people. They don't need medication. They need words. And those words, in the right context with the right person, you have the actual power to heal a life. But in the wrong context, with the wrong person, they can break somebody and lead to horrible outcomes. So,
yeah.
I hate bad therapists. I really do. I mean, that's...
Yeah, well, good luck finding a good one. It's really hard to find. I've actually been looking for one myself for other stuff. And I was like talking to someone from another state who did some research in New York for me, somebody that I trusted from another state, to try and find somebody who would be a good person to talk to a kid or whatever. And this person was like, the person I was talking to from the other state was like, I don't know what to tell you, but I've searched New York and I don't like anything I see. And I was like, that's bad news, because guess what? Guess what else I found out? I can't just like get online therapy with any therapist that I want, because New York has these standards that you have to be licensed in New York to give therapy to anyone who lives in New York, even online.
Oftentimes you'll find
That's
I look in
crazy to me.
community-based mental health. First of all, if somebody is working in there, and again, you have to be smart about stuff, but those are people that are working with the poorest among us. There's not a lot of money in that. I did that for a long time, community-based mental health. So when you get in there, you have people that they're typically driven by outcomes. They're not going to get, financial incentive to strap you to a chair. There's always more clients, but they're not forced to try to churn you out like a factory either. In mental health, it takes as long as it takes. And you also find someone that's approaching it, again, from like a cognitive behavioral approach. Something, again, find a problem, fix a problem. That's what you want. You don't want somebody that's going to, again, sit down and tell me about when you were, tell me about your earliest memories. Do you remember when you were in the womb? No.
Hey, so guess what? The full song has rendered.
Okay, let's hear it.
You want to hear it?
Yes, I do. Of course.
It's called Bass Bass.
Bass. Man, that sounds like a title.
And it's got a chicken under an umbrella. Look at the artwork.
You see that? That's right. Okay, if people have never used any of this, it will make a thumbnail or make an album or a song cover for you. It just makes it automatically. You don't have any control over it whatsoever. It just makes that. So that's what it decided on.
Yep, here we go.
All right, here we go. No sound. No sound. No sound.
Wait, can you hear it?
No.
Oh, what did I do wrong?
Is it not shared right tab?
I don't know. Hold on.
Try it again.
All right, one more time.
Okay, give me. Whoops, I forgot. Wait a minute, I have to show it again. My bad.
How about now?
Yes.
Money, Mr. Money Man, do not monetize me or show me on your blog. show. I'm not a sideshow game. My name is not a tribal pursuit. I own the hat rack, and you and Megan Fox are the worst. Not even worth my umbrella stand, Mr. Umbrella, and you laugh at the ha-ha. Tons of people, I bet you would laugh about the time I had to have a spot taken off my pee-pee. My mom held my hand. It's not funny like the throat babies. I hate it, the throat babies. It makes me dream of babies in my mouth, swimming in a big pool, asking for a way out. You know you do it laughing, ha about fun times. It is one little fun time. The turtles, you do not know what happened to them. All in that place you don't. They could have been eaten, or maybe an elephant tuna. Mr. Smart Guy, dry your eyes. You better not monetize me. I am the king of this bed, for real. It's king size sexist, and no, I am not a prank or joke. So you doing.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's not done. Here we go.
And not a prank or a joke, so you do it again. Or maybe an elephant tune. And Mr. Smart Guy, dry your eyes. You better not monetize me. I am the king of this bed, for real. It's king size sexist. And no, I am not a prank or a joke, so you do it. Yeah.
What happened? It was
So
supposed
you
to...
not make a
There we
song
go.
out of me with balls. Space, umbrella guys in my throat again. Like a chicken, bok, or a hen. That is you, bok, like a man. Chicken, you sexist. No face, do not monetize me. I better not see this on stream.
Yeah.
Why is it still playing something? Stop it.
What it did is it played to the very end. You have to, on version 3, you have to cut it back to play off a certain second. So
I did
you cut it all the way back to where because it put a gap in there.
It put a gap in there, and it didn't connect part 3. So that's weird. So now I have to go back to the beginning. It didn't
Back
connect
to the
part 3.
drawing board.
Back to see. This is not low effort content.
No, I mean just getting them arranged. Not to mention, you go through typically lyrical pursuit and everything else.
Because look, part 3 is different. Like, where's part 3? Bass, part 3. That's part 2. What happened to part 3? Ah, there it is. Okay, so bass, part 3. Okay, look here. Pull this up.
Okay.
Because this is what should have come on after that.
White cockroach, breadstick, eating money, grabbing turtle, accusing money, Mr. Money Man. White cockroach, breadstick, eating money, grabbing turtle, accusing money, Mr. Money Man. Not in tribal pursuit, I own the hat rack. And you and Megan Fox are the worst, not even worth my umbrella stand, Mr. Umbrella, and you laugh at the ha times. Chopped white cockroach, breadstick, eating money, grabbing turtle, accusing money, Mr. Money Man.
Perfect, right?
Perfect. That is great.
That's how it was going to end. But it didn't put it together with part 1 and 2. I said full song, and then, stop. I don't know why it has that. I don't know why it's playing this people I don't even know. I didn't make those.
Oh, yeah, because when it hits the bottom of the selections, it goes to recommendations now.
Okay.
That's the new
I think
volume
I just
3.
figured it out. I think I was supposed to go to part 3 and then say whole song. So hopefully that'll work now. But I really like the end part where I made the chorus be the cockroach, breadstick, money grubbing turtle, Mr. Money Man. Perfect.
It's so funny. I look back, like I've got all these freaking songs in here, and I'm like, man, I can see how they've developed over time. They went from here's the first one. Check this out. I'm gonna play. It's a minute long. This was one of the first ones I messed with. This has no chorus dividers or anything else. This is just like ad-libbed
I learned
around.
something today. You can just put a wall of text in and it'll still make a song. I thought you had to break it down into verse, chorus.
You do if you wanted to switch, tempos and everything else, because it treats verse different than chorus. It understands. And there's a few other commands too. You can look up command structure. to see all the different command codes that you can use to make it play.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is what it, so version 1, this is how it used to go. This is like what a wall of text would play like. This is a minute long, but this is like the first one I was playing with.
Crushing enemies beneath my beats, swagger that faggot, stacking man stacks to the ceiling and floor. That umbrella guy, platinum grip, lifestyle, he dares and fun times, busting earthquakes amidst my rhymes. Playboy, put down your Play-Doh hammer, slam on what you in for. Glamour, the crime isn't the rhythm, it's your flow. Warner and Disney, oh you know, Aquaman and Amber Heard, fantastic beats with cigarettes and cheeks. My stinger is drenched in syllables, and your lies stepped on you, beat. This rage is alive, a high, false accusers don't deserve lives. I'm the meteorite that replaced the dinosaurs, dropping shells that impale with verbal shrapnel. Hollywood's done a relic, don't deny. Just get off our playground, you creeps. This parasol sees all Armageddon, dropping profits prophesied by comic sages. The age of your cloud is full. This isn't criticism, it's a war. We're tired of the buzzwords fed to the poor. The politics and social programming and scamming and shit lives. I'm slamming, shoveling table scraps for the people. Sheeple, now we no longer pray at your steeple. Sinking islands, the media won't. Don't you allow Epstein and your dope, the injustice and lies, the deceit. Yeah, we keep receipts. That umbrella guy in the trenches, trenching verbal tune-ups with syllable wrenches. Now I'm bored and you're through. You see the line we drew.
See, I mean, that's how it used to be. Like if you just did a straight flow through, and now it turns it into more musically based instead of a freestyle. I'm gonna hit super chats.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's
I have
unbelievable.
I kind of love them. All right, let's see.
I love it
yeah,
too.
I'm finding where we ended on the perfect slurp. Are you gonna stick with or do you need to go?
I'll hang out. You know why my glass is so loud? Because I'm using a stainless steel mug. So that's why the ice cubes sound like that. Everyone's complaining. They're like, your glass is too loud. Like, it's because it's stainless steel.
I just think it's funny. Like the complaints about, oh my God, your glass and you're slurping me. All right. Lori, thanks for the 5. Silent listener here. You both made my bad days better. I'm glad there. I'm laughing so hard. I nearly fell out of my chair. Amazing. Genius.
Good.
Life According to Martin, thanks for the 5. Why is it I visualize Miss Piggy when making this little voice?
No, that's like sacrilege. Don't denigrate Miss Piggy like that.
We
what
got
did
the
Miss Piggy
barebacking.
ever do to you?
We got the barebacking statement. So.
Oh, God.
The Rammer, thanks to the Mouth Babies by Vanilla Slice.
Mouth, babies, too cold.
Yeah. Oh, no. I used to live downstairs. No way. Pan Am,
no.
Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh, man, I don't need to get that stuck in my brain either. Thank you for those 5 gifted memberships.
In my 5.0. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm not. Oh no! I'm like the lyrics are coming flooding back too.
I know. Ari Jacobs, by the way, the other day, she had that video playing on some live stream she was doing, and she was rapping along with every word. I watched the entire thing laughing my head off. Good for you, Ari Jacobs. You fly your freak flag, your Vanilla Ice freak flag. Do it.
That's hilarious.
It's good stuff. That was a great song, actually.
It was for its time. I mean,
It really was.
I saw TikTokers being introduced to that again, and they were shocked, you know?
Yeah, they were all shocked by how good it was.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good until he got sued because he didn't admit that hook was not his.
Stephanie B told us, thanks for the 10. I can't stay, but I'm supporting the spirits.
Nice.
Neil Blue, thanks for the 6 months. First rest stop in 7 hours. Lost my whole, now trying to get it back. Went watching Rise of the Planet of the Apes with my babies. Girls, yesterday, best birthday ever. Hey, that's, I haven't seen the Rise of yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it so far. I did finally watch, I sat down, I saw the second Dune, but I'm going to say I didn't see it the way it should be. I saw it for stream content purposes. I like Dune, and I wanted to sit down and really watch it. So I sat down, and I liked it visually. I liked some of the stuff, but man, I hated a specific part of it. I hated that they changed up one of the main characters the way that they did. Whew, been a mess. Have you seen any of those? Dune, the new Dune, or Dune
Mr.
2?
Fox tried to have me watch it, and like I got so bored. It's not my thing. Sci-fi is really not my thing unless it's Firefly. I'm like
Look
anti-sci-fi.
who showed up, by the way.
Oh, look who it is! Look who the cat cockroach dragged in. How are you?
Cockroach
I feel
dragged
so
in.
exposed.
What?
I feel so exposed. I'm the only one on camera. Sorry.
I know. This is a night stream. We take our pants off and put the icons on.
Oh, very nice.
Night stream. That's all my streams. What are you talking about?
I was listening to you guys on my evening exercise. It was fantastic.
We were rooting for you to get up that hill.
I did 12 hills. I like to just run up a hill like an old Rocky character.
I like to imagine myself running up hills. Does that count?
I'm trying to get, it's going to be hot when we report in Scottsdale, so I'm trying to get my cardio up.
It's going to be super hot. I don't know. Have you been? You've been there, so you know.
Oh, I was there in the fall for a baseball tournament. No joke. This isn't hyperbole. It was 114 degrees on the ground when we were playing.
It's going to be worse in June. It's
Yeah.
going to be absolutely worse. So you better have a tent. I hope somebody is bringing a tent.
Here's my question. I've got a lot of resources there, but I don't want to bring anything that they're going to try to get me shut down. I can bring like a portable air conditioner. I could set I could build this news station out front. But my thought is that if they're not, I'm going to report starting at about 7 a.m. from outside the courthouse. And then maybe when the trial begins, I'll go into a air conditioned van and kind of charge up in there and then report again once everyone lets out. That's my plan.
I would ask about a permit. I would just call the city and just ask if you can have a permit to set up outside on public grounds to do that. I'm sure the media does it all the time.
Yeah,
I've stage.
I've gotten permission from them to film there, but I haven't asked about the staging. So yeah, that'll be the next thought.
Yeah, just ask them if anybody would care if you set up a tent to protect your equipment from the sun. I'm sure they will understand. Being that it's Arizona, it's going to be friggin' hot.
You tell them you have medical issues and, you might faint out there. So
we need a medic. We're going to have, people are making T-shirts and someone, breadsticks are going to be sold like churros. It's going to be pretty wild.
Can we dip the breadsticks in cinnamon and sugar? That sounds really good, actually.
You can do whatever the hell you want. Are you going to be in the courthouse?
I am. I'm going to be reporting from inside the courthouse.
You're going to have those like slutty Megan Fox glasses you wear?
Yes.
When you mean business?
Probably, yeah. Unless it's a contact day. But
is that how you show you mean business? Yeah, I got to put on slutty glasses.
Yeah, like those Miss Frizzle ones that get like skinny on the end. Oh yeah, that's.
I look terrible in those. I can't wear those. Those cat eye glasses look awful on me. They make my face look fat.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to wear a linen. I might wear a linen romper. That's what I might go for.
You're going to wear your cult leader outfit?
Well, I'm going to have. My goal is I don't. People were like, "Oh, you can get this production crew," and it's like, listen, if they can't live stream what I'm trying to shoot, it's not worth it. So I'm going to stick to my bare bones. I'm going to have a tripod set up for my laptop and a tripod for my camera, and we're just going to go live with a hotspot. And again, if we overheat, we go into the van. But that's the plan.
This is going to be great. I love it. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, and I just found out my favorite aunt and my favorite cousin are coming into town just to come to this trial.
Oh, fun.
So my dad's sister, who he hasn't seen in years, is traveling to Arizona to hang out. It's going to be so much. I'm having like a mini family reunion.
Wow.
Aunt Kiki's coming. Alex is coming. Alex, by the way, is my spoiled cousin who's a horse girl. And she is so into this case. It's hilarious. She's had a lot of good insight about horse girls because she is one. And and also spoiled rich kids because she is one. But she was so funny. She's like, not all spoiled rich horse girls are like this, okay? Like, this one is off the rails.
You're right that the type of sport you play puts you into a certain social group. Like, just the same reason, like, Duke Lacrosse had their issue, because everyone wanted to hate Duke Lacrosse because they were just rich dudes who played lacrosse. Now, horse girls get on top of 1,000-pound animals, so they have a next level crazy. Plus, they have daddy's money. Like that's a whole nother thing.
Yep, it is. It is. And it definitely could go one of two ways. You're either going to be like a good human being like Alex is, or it goes in another direction. And you get an entitled kind of, mindset that carries through.
We've never thought about the horses before. All those poor men. What about those poor horses?
I was thinking about raising money to buy all of her horses. That's what and just rename them, just like just rename them Dave, Clayton, Mike, Matt.
And turn them.
Hey, Woodnick, get over here. Come on. We gotta go hang out.
The best
What are you
part
doing,
is-
Woodnick?
The best part is then you put them on your yard, so they're literally grazing in your backyard, just like Dingus said they would be, but they're yours.
Yeah, Gillespie, get on in. Come on, it's time for dinner. The things you do with money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually live next to a horse farm, so I actually do live right next to horses. So
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, we can buy the horse farm. We can get our horses over here. I might even hire the contractor that she sued to do all the work for us. Why not?
To build your new horse containers, yeah.
Yeah, we need some help. But, I heard that she was actually still competing in amateur tournaments, which is where teens compete, it's just funny to imagine her wearing her like limited 2 outfit with all of these teenagers thinking that she's still like, some gossip girl. And it's like, man, life hits you fast in your 30s. And she ain't a spry chicken anymore. She's like, I'm late 30s. It's like, welcome to the club there. This is as good as it gets.
Weird? I have noticed that I've seen that people say that she competes with teenagers and stuff. But I've watched a lot of videos of her competing and jumping, and they're all these like little tiny jumps. I mean, they don't look like they're much more than, I don't know, 3.5 feet, 4 feet, maybe.
Yeah, if there was a movie like a Western, that wouldn't be the jump that makes you go, wow, cool.
No.
That's not,
Does she
Oh,
ever
they jumped a mud puddle. Awesome.
Does she ever jump over anything, big? Like, does she get bigger than that?
Only when she's with Clayton, I guess. I don't know.
Only in the courtroom, too.
Jumping over that dick. I know. I don't
poor
know.
Clayton.
No, I mean,
Never
look.
live any of this down.
Ugh, it's just. So I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna be asking for interviews on the court day. I mean, whether it's Jane or her lawyer. I mean, if they want to give statements, like homeboy's gonna be out there. We're gonna be ready to go. So, are you gonna be asking them for any comments or anything?
Oh yeah, sure. Whoever wants to talk, I'm there to have their. Including David Gingras, should he want to make a statement, or Laura Owens for that matter. I'm all ears.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see. I'm going to be in Vegas that weekend for Reality Steve's big fan
so
appreciation.
You're going to Vegas. I wish I could go, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I can't be away from my kids for all that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough because Tasha initially was going to go, but she's not going to go now, and we'll have some help here with her. But it's good. It's good business. It's like Reality Steve's kind of like my big brother. He's like he puts on this event every year, and he's been wildly, supportive of me. So I got to be there for him.
It sounds like a good time. That's
he's got
June
such
8th,
a big,
right?
Yeah, he's got such a big following, like big audience. They all come to support him. They're all really sweet, and he just hangs out with everyone. He's like a degenerate gambler, so they just give when you gamble enough in Vegas, they just give you pools. I don't know if you knew this. They literally give him a pool and like a $2,000 budget just for the day to day drink. It's absolutely insane.
That is insane, but I
watch
hate gambling.
degenerate gamblers on YouTube, and they give them all kinds of comps.
Oh, they love it. They're like, oh, right this way. Obviously, the casinos don't lose any money, but like people like me who don't gamble get to benefit. We get to ride the coattails of our gambling friends.
I gambled one time and I lost $150 in less than 10 minutes, and I went, "Whoa, this is not for me." Nope.
Well, I gambled $13,000 that I wasn't going to get sued for harassment, but I don't know. I don't know if I won or lost that one, to be quite honest. Here we are.
Yeah. It's you know what? I think that there's no chance, and Tug and I were talking about this, there's no chance she isn't going to sue after this. She's going to sue somebody or several somebodies because she's got daddy's money and she has an axe to grind.
How much money does she have, though?
I don't know.
Like, you can't.
Apparently, it's unlimited. It's an unlimited supply.
Look, I mean, the guy, her dad was a degenerate gambler. He only made $1 million a year for a couple years. So he's taken in $250,000 cash once everyone's paid and this and that. They don't have that much money, and she's only in her 30s. She isn't cash flow positive. You know, she's buying and selling a stallion every year or two. Like, she doesn't have that much money. I mean, I would bet our audience, like, the money that we can combine would blow her out of the water.
Maybe. I don't know. At one time, he was estimated to be worth about $25 million. Then I've seen estimates as low as between 1 and 8. His estate, where they are now, is not worth all that much. I think it's around $2 million. So he's got
minding your estimation of what's a lot of money. Oh, it's just worth $2 million.
Yeah, well, I mean, $2 million.
But
Yeah,
in
it doesn't get you that far.
In Scottsdale, that doesn't get you very far. My
I guess living out in the sticks here, I could build my own freaking compound for that.
My
I mean, look at
parents
this,
live in
like-
a beautiful house in Scottsdale, but it's not a mansion by any stretch, and it's almost worth $1 million.
It's got a
It's just
casita.
a normal. It's got 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom in Scottsdale, almost $1 million.
Here's what's crazy. Like, the amount of people, when you like kind of become the guy who covers this stuff, the amount of people that have come forward as far as people that used to work with her father, and you know what I mean? Like, what you'll notice is there's a reason why her father hasn't posted any more things on Facebook, because all the people that initially supported him now understand the truth. And so, like, they're just not commenting. But someone told me that they eat every meal out. It's a big spending family. So I know like $1 million a year sounds like a lot. You're giving up 45% of that to the government, and you got a family to feed. He's paying his daughter $250,000 a year. They're going out to dinner every night. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think, and he's a gambler. I don't think they've got as much money as they say they do. And I think if they want to appeal this case, it's just going to be more money they have to spend on this case. So, like, where do they stand after that? I mean, it feels to me like they're just going to be bloodied and bruised by the time this thing's over.
Yeah, I don't think they care. I mean, if they cared, they would have stopped her
You
long time
take the
ago.
mindset of the person there too. Like, are they forward thinking? Well, I wouldn't say so. So
Well,
I mean,
she might not be, but like, I mean, it's not like it's her money, it's her family's. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But I get the distinct impression that her mom is 100% on board with everything she's doing. Dad may not even be aware. Dad probably wouldn't be on board, but is he even aware?
I hear that her dad, I've had a lot of character witnesses say that he's a pretty good guy.
Right. Everybody
Yeah.
says he's a good guy and he's like a sweet guy. But is he mentally there? He's been ill for a long time. Does he even know what his daughter is up to? We know he's not on Facebook.
Mira asked if the parents believed she was pregnant with twins all these times. No. So in the affidavit with Mike Maricini, the dad, Ron, admits, hey, our daughter makes this up. And Meg, as you know, we've shared photos from Jane Doe when she was like 4 years old with a pillow under her shirt. Like, she's been a serial, like, this has been a kind of a thing. So I would feel terrible for a parent who, like, and other people have said, oh, it's almost like a conservatorship deal where she lives with the family. I mean, she's what? Didn't she just turn 34 years old? She lives on her parents' property. So, like, if she wasn't so drastically damaging all of these lives, you might actually pity her. You might go, oh, man, maybe there is like, but you can't be that much under the care of your family and still be able to commit so much collateral damage.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely is not under a conservatorship, though, because if she were, then she wouldn't be able to file any lawsuits under her name.
Right. No, I mean, but it's the idea that did they move to Scottsdale because of horse therapy, because she actually does have a lot of issues. Like, I don't know. Or is she just a brat that gets her way and they do whatever they want for her? I guess it depends how kind you want to look at her scenario. But I was listening to you guys before talk about Gingras as sort of a flat villain. And it's like, I could see Jane Doe as a villain that you actually fall deeply sympathetic towards, but also have to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I know that's a hard place to be.
No, that is what this has always been, and that's what makes it so difficult.
But that's where you reshift your focus, because really, you start seeing somebody that does that sympathetically, you almost see them as a victim, and really the victims in this are not.
And that's
person.
Just like you're saying, that's why people have helped her out. People have helped her out.
That's what makes it so hard, but I mean, still to this day, I truly do feel she does need to get help.
Yeah.
She is someone who probably could benefit from help if she would do the therapy. Whatever the therapy is for the problem that she has. Now, does that also mean that I think she shouldn't pay for what she's done? No, absolutely not. She needs to also, whatever the law can do to give her some kind of, I don't know, punishment, that should happen too. But she should also get help, because there's definitely something wrong.
And you got to, and you can't get help by still being under the roof of your parents, because for all we know, her medication could have been, very Munchausen by proxy. It could have been that it's been this way her whole life, where her, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I had no faith that her parents would have been okay with this. But having heard her mom in the back of her 911 phone calls, "Oh, Clayton, he's a joke, honey. He's a joke." I mean, it sounds way more diabolical than she does.
It does.
And it's like,
Tug, did you ever hear that?
I did. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, brutal, scary actually.
For any therapy to work, though, she would have to not only be forced to get therapy, but to actually want a change, admit there's a problem, and that's where you run into real issues. She's never going to
do that.
Yeah.
I actually, so I've spoken to her for about 300 hours through my videos, and I still hold out hope that one day she's going to go, you know what, this Dave guy's got some points. And she just like slowly unzips the prosthetic belly and just like peels it off, and she's like, you know what?
I don't need this anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's sad because look, we're talking about a woman who, by all counts, she's thin, she's pretty, she comes from a rich family, she has everything going for her, she has all the privilege in the world. This is not someone who should struggle with having a relationship, with finding love. There are a million schlubs out there who would be more than happy to have somebody like her.
You know what she needs? Yeah, I'm sorry.
She needs dating therapy too. She needs how to date without losing your shit or something.
Oh, well, no, yeah, she needs attachment. Attachment disorders are a fickle bitch, and I talk about it too because I feel like I'm an attachment. I have huge issues with attachment, and it all stems from where you were growing up. I was raised by a single mom. I didn't get the love and attention I thought I needed because she was out being a single mom. Trying to provide for the family. I'm on the opposite spectrum of her as far as any privilege is concerned. I think she needs the money taken away. She literally needs to go work a job in retail, move to another part of the country, restart her life, and just go have a job to go to every day. I mean, the emails I'm reading today, it's 11 a.m., it's 12. She's writing these paragraphs. It's like she's got nothing to do but pet a horse and, beer bong some ivermectin or whatever the hell's tripping these HCG reports. And go get a job at a Baskin Robbins and be a normal person.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel really uplifted knowing that Dave is a moonbelly, half full kind of guy.
Tell you what, she is just not going to dim my my light. I don't see the world in any more of a negative way. I just have to coexist with someone who does. You see, I mean, for all this nonsense, and I've told her this. I said, look, the more you fight this, the richer and more prosperous my world is going to be, because we're on the right side of this story, and we're not doing it for the wrong reasons. We're not doing this we're doing it for positive reasons. And when you do that, you attract more positivity. Our audience here is just deep pockets full of people willing to throw $3,000 down to get, to call someone out on their ovarian cancer. You know what I mean? these people aren't messing around. And I feel, and I know you guys do too, like I feel an honor and a duty to the audience to continue to, push the truth in the right direction here, because there's so much momentum there in a good way. And up until the last 8 months, 10 months, she got away with everything, and she hasn't won one thing since then.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, to tell you the truth, with the audience support and also this feeling of being the underdog. Like in the Johnny Depp case, it was a little different because we could all see that Johnny was winning. And so everybody was like, the entire community who was behind him, he was footing the bill, and we knew he had the money.
I don't know,
to do
man.
it.
Like, it depends on where you came into it. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you were around the UK times, those
No,
were
I mean
dark
during the
times.
Virginia trial.
Yeah.
During the
But
Virginia trial, we had as engaged of an audience, but they didn't have to put in their own blood, sweat, and tears because Johnny's a bazillionaire and he was footing the bill for these excellent lawyers, right? So we all kind of trusted that his lawyers knew what they were doing, and it was all going swimmingly, whatever. But in this case, we have a guy who came into this with no lawyer. Clayton had no lawyer. And the community kind of like rallied around him and was like, we got to get him a lawyer. And then they did. And they got him a lawyer. And then they raised money for Dave because he needed a lawyer. And now raising money for Mike Maricini because he needed an expert. It's like, we don't have anybody, like, there's no millionaire on our side. This is against the millionaire. It's kind of amazing.
It's amazing.
Like, I've never been involved in anything like this where the audience is so invested. And there's this feeling all the time that you're right on the edge of falling over a cliff. And it's nerve-wracking. It really is. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's like being a part of a weird sort of like co-op where, like Bruce in the comments said, we got the people that are the document runners running to the courthouses. Like everyone's got a different thing they're doing in this little like farm of ours, and then we're the ones just pressing the red button and relaying the information. So it's worked out really well. We've got the forensic work of IT, Goatee, and everyone's just been really selfless. And, there's been some infighting, which you're going to see, but we have to remind everybody, like, we're just going to this victory, which is the truth here. And when there's instances where they're, in the moment, I mean, the money that was all raised was all raised when it looked like Clayton was going to lose. And now that he's had Deandra and Woodnick Law there to ask all the right questions, it's the first time she's really like under oath, really being held accountable, with even though Gingras would like us to think otherwise. It's just been amazing. It's been absolutely, I mean, in the document I shared today from Greg Gillespie, it's another healthcare provider. I got it up on my Patreon and I covered it on today's live stream, but it's just another a piece of medical fraud. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's, the only document she ever wanted to share was her login information for Banner Health, which was an HCG test, right? All these other things we've called her out on. Not one time was she like, no, come, here's my login information, because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show
that. Where'd Tug go?
I put him to sleep.
Did he fall asleep? Wait, Tug, blink twice if you can hear me. Oh no, I hope he didn't lose power again.
Well, time to promote all of our stuff. No.
How did you do during the last 2 huge storms, by the way?
I think it didn't really hit us.
No?
No.
Tug got huge damage.
I know. I heard that. I heard you guys, I think, yesterday talking about that. How scary.
Yeah, huge damage. It was not good. His trampoline got bent in half.
Yikes.
Yeah. It was funny because it ended up looking like a tent. He was like, why is there a tent in my backyard?
I'm not going to have a trampoline for my kids because I don't want them to break their arms. And I've never met somebody who hasn't broken their arm on a trampoline.
That's true.
Everyone I know is like, yeah, I snapped my arm in half. Now my kids will be, in bubble wrap their whole life.
Yeah, trampolines can be very dangerous. I like the ones they put in the ground. Have you ever seen those?
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
So they're not like high off the ground. They're actually dug into the ground and like those trampoline parks that you go to. So if you do fall off, you don't have far to fall.
Oh, that's
fall
fun.
to far. What am I saying?
We'll be doing a trampoline park in Scottsdale as our big victory. Me and Meg will be on the old trampoline, just doing backflips.
We need to talk about Scottsdale, by the way. We need to figure out what we're doing. We need to like have reservations somewhere.
Yeah, I think we need to do. I think we need to do Olive Garden and maybe just throw up a live stream. We'll just throw up a live stream of Olive Garden.
From Olive Garden.
We'll just do this like barrels of breadsticks. Just
We
barrels.
could do unlimited salad and breadsticks for everybody.
Yeah, we can invite Gingras, see if he wants to come.
Gingras. That guy, man. That guy. I don't know what his problem is. Was he brain damaged as a child? I don't know, but I've never seen a lawyer act like him ever in my whole life.
I think he got bit by the documentary bug. Wanted to be a part of the story. Which, by the way, I do have huge information. I'll text you. Major streamer. I mean, here's the deal. Baby reindeer. Hollywood always wants to repeat things. Everybody wants the next baby reindeer. It's like, hello. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have it. Tug, did you come back?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Where did you go?
My daughter was. I heard her open the door and she was coughing. She's like, I was like, what in the world? So I went and she said, Sissy got bug spray. I was like, what in the world are you doing? So she had she put a spritz of perfume on her wrist, and my daughter was like, it's so awful. She was faking, but I was like, oh my god, what have you kids done?
Guys, I got to take off.
Okay.
Baby's done feeding, so I got to go give him that love. But thanks for all the kind words as always, and let me jump on the chat with you guys.
Yep,
It was good to see you, Dave.
Good to see you, brother.
All right, take care, guys.
Yep.
Take care. Tug, speaking of spiders, did you know about the huge spider that has been released into the United States from some Asian place that's giant and weird?
No, is there a
Well,
headline?
my daughter came home freaking out about it. And apparently they get to be like, I don't know what they're called, through some shipping container, and they get to be bigger than a tarantula.
Ooh.
And
scary.
yeah, here it
That's
is.
I
What
meant.
we know about the giant parachuting spiders invading the East Coast. The Jorogumo is a
They have a picture of
legendary
it?
spider that can change its appearance. Yeah, I do. This is on Snopes, though. Is it real or fake? I don't know, but here we go. Share. This is what my daughter told me. It's a parachuting spider. There you go. I don't like it. I want it to stop.
It looks like some kind of weaver, though. It doesn't look like a. What's the name of it? Show the name.
Jorogumo. So it says, as of this writing, the invasive palm-sized size of your hand, which are endemic to Japan, have been reported in at least 25 counties across Georgia and South Carolina. Scientists suggest they're here to stay. First spotted in Georgia in 2013 and genetically confirmed 2 years later, the Joro spider has since spread across the state and other parts of the southeast. And they can travel up to 100 miles on parachutes when they're born.
Yeah, it's an orb weaver is what it is. Orb weavers are...
No, thank you.
They do have venom, but... I don't think you're gonna. If you're talking about a palm-sized spider, you're probably not gonna accident. Oopsie, I said on that. No.
Ew, I don't like it. Make it
Yeah.
stop.
I mean, you see orb weavers outside. The ones that build big webs. Overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
Except this is a gigantic one.
Yeah, it gets carried by the wind.
Yeah, they
and
parachute.
so-
Actually, here's a wonderful thing that will probably give you nightmares. Then, did you realize black widows do that, and other spiders do? They do a thing called parachuting.
I know, the parachuting. I know.
Yeah, when they're born, they'll go up. Like I've seen them do this before. It's crazy to watch. You'll have like hundreds of them, and they'll go up. I saw them doing this on a fence post. They go right up to the top. They throw up a piece of silk, one strand, and woof, they go off. So if you see, say, one black widow in an area, there are probably hundreds more somewhere around. Some of them will be eaten, of course, by whatever. But yeah, there's probably a lot more of them out there too.
God.
Yeah, there's a really good book called The Red Hourglass by Gordon Grice, and it's good even if people can't stand the topic. It's written well, and it's just fascinating stuff. I read it a long time ago, and I don't know. I find spiders fascinating, though.
I know you do. Which is why I wanted to tell you about it, because I thought you would have some insight, and I was right.
I would catch
See,
one of
look,
those.
you could. You're like, those are cool. I want one for my collection.
I catch everything. Though. There was there was a video that was played back. I don't know. Did you ever see that video that people put out, and it was played backwards, but it looked like Kennedy catching a rattlesnake?
Yes.
Yeah. So my mom saw that, and she was like, I don't see what the big deal of it is. I was like, well, they're playing it backwards. He's not catching it. He's actually releasing one. He's releasing a snake, but they make it look like, my mom's like, I've seen you do that like dozens of times for real.
She's like, seemed real to me. I've seen you do it.
She's like, no, but normally, like if it were a snake, I'd lay a stick on its neck or something if it's dangerous. I don't know. That's my
Do
mom's
you
like,
lay like a heavy stick on its neck? So it can't like jump up at you?
No. I just like if something has a strike range, I'll move around just depending on how aggressive it is, and I don't want to hurt it, so I'll put something just to keep it from hitting, just to go out, and then I'll pick it up because I'm not
But
I'm
if
not
you
running
put
around
a
with gear.
stick on a snake's neck, doesn't it jump around?
Its body moves, but I'm not.
Oh God!
I'm not
Are you
restraining it that
holding
much.
Down? Are you
Not
holding
really.
it
I'm
with a
just
stick?
pushing it down really fast. I'm doing it fast, so
Okay,
I
I'm
just
gonna
push
need
it
to see
down,
this-
and right
I'm
when
gonna
I'm
need to
pushing
see
it down,
this
I
on
catch
video.
it. Whack. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I haven't
need to
done
see
it in a
this on
while
video.
because I'm getting older.
Yeah, but I'm gonna need to see this on video. You're gonna have to get
Oh,
Lug
yeah,
or
hey,
Bug
next
to
time I go over
videotape
to-
you
My daughter laughs
grabbing
about
a
'em.
snake.
My daughter used to go out and, she would want to touch a snake. So I'd be like, all right, well, I know where
All right,
a
let's go
giant
get a
chicken
snake.
snake is. Let's go catch it real quick. And I'll go catch it, hold it, and, she'd touch its like backside while it's moving. And then I'll go
We have
release it
nothing
again.
but garter snakes here. We have so many garter snakes in New York. In where I live in particular, there are nests of garter snakes everywhere, and all they do is freak me out on the stairs in the morning because they like to bathe on my stone stairs in the sun when the sun hits the stairs in the morning. So when I go out in the morning, though, to walk down the stairs to get to my car, there will always be a snake like wriggling away and freaking me out, and that's my entire. Although one of them followed me around the yard once. Did I tell you about that? So I rescued a garter snake that got herself hooked into grass fabric. The landscape fabric that you put down. Mm-hmm. This was like a netting, and she got herself caught in it. And I was like, oh no, she can't get out. Oh no. So we were like cutting it and like trying to get her out. And I didn't want her to die or anything, but she got caught in it. So we did. We cut her out, and she slithered away. And then the next day I'm outside and I'm gardening, and I go to step backwards, and I just happened to look before I stepped, and I almost stepped on her. She was right behind me. She was literally just following me around the yard. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Why are you there? I'm like, shoo, go away. And she wouldn't go away. So then I was like, okay, well, I guess you can watch me do my gardening. So as I'm moving around the yard, this freaking snake is following me. She followed me for like 2 days, and then she got herself caught in the fabric again and died.
Did you ever hear
Weird.
about the supposed sighting of the 50-foot snake?
50 foot?
Yeah.
50
So
footer?
now this is controversial, okay? But yet the person who
That's not real.
reported this.
I've
all
heard of
right,
a 50 footer before.
This picture came up, and people have gone in, and if you look at colored pictures, they've actually located the area that this is supposed to be in. All right. So let me see. I'll read you the thing. The origin. In 1980, pilot Remy Van Something appeared on an episode of The Mysterious World titled Dragons, Dinosaurs, and Giant Snakes, where he alleges that he and two other witnesses saw a 50-foot snake in a certain region of the Congo in 1959. He claimed that when he saw the snake, he turned the helicopter around. They got closer, inspiring the snake to rear up as if it were going to strike, and then they flew away from it. So in that, I mean, the people that reported seeing it were they're the type of people that
I
you wouldn't
believe
think
this
make up a
shit,
story
and
like
I'll
that.
tell you why I believe this shit. I will tell you right now, I believe in dragons too, and I get made fun of on the internet for this. But there is no explanation for all the dragon myths unless there have been some really big, fucking huge reptiles that people have seen. I'm not saying that they flew or they could spit fire, but I'm saying there's a reason why there are these myths.
Yeah, there be
so
dragons,
many
yeah.
myths. Yeah, and it's not because, people are just have these, big imaginations, and I don't think it comes from dinosaur bones. I think it comes from stuff like that. I think there were giant snakes back in the, I don't know, whatever period. What do you call it? Cretaceous period or
the
something.
whatever period,
The whatever
back
period.
when.
I'm
The
not
way
I'm
back.
not an archaeologist, but
Snakes are coming back.
after what do you say? Oh, Spawn's here. She has something to add.
The tism has spiked.
What?
Giant snakes. Giant snakes are coming back. So basically, there was a bird that re-evolved itself back into existence. Like it was extinct, but it came back through evolution.
What bird?
Some bird. You'll look it up. You'll find it. Snakes are doing the same
She's like
thing.
me. I don't know. Whatever. Bird.
Snakes are doing the same thing. Like the giant pythons, they're getting bigger and bigger. And I think it's either snakes or some other animal that doesn't die of old age, but it only dies because of lack of food source. And I think that might be the snake, but there's more food sources for it, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So the giant snakes are coming back.
Giant snakes are coming back. You heard it here first, folks. Giant snakes are coming back.
Well, the guy who there was a guy who
Is that what they're teaching you at public school, by the way?
No, I saw a reel, and I wasn't sure if it was real.
Oh, a TikTok reel?
But
She
I-
learned that on TikTok,
I
folks.
did research on it. I did I read 30 articles on it.
All right, I believe you.
Good.
Well, the guy who authenticated it, he sent in a letter. This was the letter for it. He was like, enclosed is a very valuable original photo. It was alleged to have been taken from a height of 500 feet by a Belgian military pilot over the Congo. In this photo, it tells you about like what you can see in there. You can see certain trees. You can actually plainly see termite mounds that are in there, or rather they're shadows. Under a high power, you can very easily see this. And on top of one of the columns, circular horizontal section of the bottom is a typical flange type. So he tells you, you can tell what kind of trees there are and everything in this. There have been countless reports from that area of a giant snakes, and we have found part skeletons of presumed extinct forms that prove their authenticity. So as far as that snake, though, they said as far as the skeletal remains, those snakes could have been over 200 feet long.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are fossils of giant snakes like that. No joke, no question about it.
I wouldn't lay a stick on that one.
And also, I mean, think about this. How long does it take those things to really die off? How do you know there aren't a few relatives hanging around?
These are also-
reptiles
so-
live for a long freaking time.
Every area that is considered, again, we'll call them uninhabited. Obviously tribal influence, but how we define uninhabited. Every area has been like that, has giant snakes. You've noticed. And in the one area there supposedly wasn't, that's where they found this. So they were like, it's kind of strange that we think there's no giant snakes, and
I don't believe that. And I get made fun of a lot for saying that the dragon myth is totally understandable. People think, oh, it's just from dinosaur bones. I don't think so. Marco Polo actually wrote journals, right, of his travels. And in one of his travel logs, he was in Asia somewhere, and he wrote about flying lizards. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't satirical. It wasn't funny. It was just his observations
just
about...
matter of fact. Mm-hmm.
Just matter of fact, these flying lizards that he saw. He said they were reptiles, and they had wings, and they were the size of larger than geese, but not too much larger than geese, and that they would roost in trees. Why, with all of his other writings that are taken as pretty much historical fact, is that one left out? Why? Because we haven't seen those? Well, maybe they died out. Maybe they were some ancestor of a pterodactyl or something that was left over. I don't know. But I think it's weird that that people think it's, I don't know, fantasy or made up. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, Polo.
Read
Marco Polo.
Read Marco Polo's journals because they're weird.
He actually said, like, here are found snakes and giant serpents, 10 paces in length and 10 spans in girth. That would be 50 feet long,
That's
100
big.
inches in girth. Yeah. At the forepart, near the head, they have 2 short arms, each with 3 claws, as well as eyes larger than a loaf and very glaring. The jaws are wide enough to swallow a man. The teeth are large and sharp, and their whole appearance is so formidable that neither man nor any kind of animal can approach them without terror. Others are of smaller sizes, being 8, 6, or 5 paces long. So he talked about, all kinds
That's
of
a big beast.
strange creatures. Well,
That's why I think with St. George and the dragon, the patron saint of England is St. George. And St. George and the dragon, I have that storybook here. It's a really fun one about St. George, was a knight who was conscripted by this town to take care of this giant beast that was basically terrorizing their town. And they say that it's a dragon. He slayed a dragon, but what if it wasn't a dragon, but it was one of these giant snakes?
just an animal. Well, I mean, we find new species all the time, especially when we voyage into areas that, again, are considered uninhabited. Like, what has lived in any of these areas? I mean, God, we find large animals. You ever look at a bear or anything else? Like, you imagine running across those. How would you describe those if you were a first person to write that down?
That's a good question. You're right. How would you?
I thought it was one time. I can't remember who I was talking about this. So one time I was staying at my mom's house. She was away. I was house sitting for her, and there was this horrible noise back in the backyard. Now they get a lot of animals, So I was like, I don't know what that is. So I got the old trusty shotgun out. It's like, I'm gonna go see what the hell this is, because I'm not gonna hear about how something ate a bunch of her cats. I'm not gonna hear that. So I went around to the backyard, and they have an old dilapidated chicken coop, and it's separated. It's got this fence roll that runs on both sides, and the closest part of it, it's overgrown. It has pallets in the area. Well, I went out there, I was shining my flashlight, and I started the chicken coop, and when I ran it around to that area, something big was over there. Big, like, I don't know. I thought bear size. The first time I thought it's funny, because I was tired. I'd probably been drinking a bit, and I thought, werewolf, what the fuck is that? Because I looked at it, and it was tall. It was big, but it was obscured. And when I shined my flashlight on it, I was like, oh, God, I got a shotgun. I better get away, move back. And it took off. Whatever it was took off down that fence row, and, man, it tore the shit out of it. It was very real, whatever it was. I wonder if it was a bear or something like that. Because we do have bears. Like, the area out there is mountainous. We get large cats. Like, they had a mountain panther come down one time. That was scary. I saw a mountain panther. I'd go around.
Oh, that is scary.
Yeah, I walk around anywhere. And I was walking out in a field, and way off, I saw a head pop up, and I thought, man, that is the weirdest looking cow I've ever seen, because I thought, it's a cow field, and what is that? Well, then I saw a tail pop up behind it, and it stood up. I thought, oh my God, that's a cat of some type. And it took 3 bounds. It cleared that field, 1 bounce, 2, and then it took off. And oh my God. I mean, I felt very, very unarmed and very, very in danger.
Right? When you see those large animals and they move so quickly, it's jarring. We were in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is a beautiful place, but it's very remote. And we were traveling through like a state park, and we turned down this one little road to get down to like a pond just to sightsee. And as we're going down, we see a deer carcass on the side of the road. No big deal. Head down, go to the pond, whatever. We're just down there. The mosquitoes were so bad. My husband thought he was going to fish, but that didn't happen because the mosquitoes were like birds, and they were attacking like like attack planes, like kamikazes. So we got back in the truck and we turned around to go back out the same way we came. And sure enough, there's a huge black bear on that deer carcass.
No.
Oh yeah. And we start crawling up on it like real slow, like, oh my God, the kids were in the back. We're like, girls, look. It's a bear. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Like right there, like it's eating this deer carcass that we just passed. And it was probably, I don't know, 30 feet in front of the car. So we're just sitting there watching it for as long. And then it looked at us. It knew we were there. And it looked at us just all kind of nonchalant and decided, I don't need this shit, like I'm out of here. Well, there was an embankment from the road to the woods that was like a hill. It had to have been 6-7 feet. It was like a real deep, like a steep drop off from where the road was lower, like almost in a valley. This bear takes a look at us and decides, I'm out, and leaps that thing in a single bound without a running start or anything. I never saw anything like it in my life. That this giant thing that looks fat, like it can't move.
Yeah, they're nimble.
Just boom, gone. Scary, man.
The scariest animal I've ever seen are boar. Boar are
I've
fast
heard
and
that.
mean. Yeah, they're invasive too. So I don't particularly like to ever kill an animal.
I have a friend
boar.
whose 15-year-old killed a boar with a spear.
I killed a boar. I was walking through fields.
Spear, man.
So when I would go out, I would make sure that I took a shotgun, and normally I have 2 pistols because you never know. The one thing I'm always afraid of running across are actually humans, because humans that are poaching animals on property, they are dangerous. You never know, like if they're out there like poaching deer or something. I never know what they'll do to you. So, for myself, I would carry like a 38 pistol, and I would carry a bigger pistol, like I carry a 45, something that stops something, and I carry a shotgun. I was clearing it through a field, and it had just tall grass, and I was at the top of a hill embankment, and I could see something coming toward me, and whatever it was, it had to be big because it was parting all that grass. I was like, what the hell could that be? And there's nowhere to go. So I couldn't see anything, so I fired. I had my shotgun, and it's an auto loader. It'll fire 3 times, and I knew it wouldn't stop, whatever this was. So I fired it through the grass. A shotgun with a lot of birdshot will cut grass too. So if you ever need to see, that's how you do it. Fire it real fast, and I could see that boar coming through there. And the scariest thing about a boar is that a boar has a really thick head plate. You could shoot a boar with just a regular pistol, and the head plate, it may glance off of it, or it may stop it, and it won't stop the boar. So, yeah, that was a terrifying experience. Obviously, it killed me. I'm not here right now. No. I tell my kids stories. I'd be like, and you know what happened then? They'd be like, what, Dad? I was like, it killed me. I died. It was terrible. Yeah, it killed
Here,
me.
I got a UK Guardian, or no, Daily Mail article about my friend's kid,
Okay, give me a second.
who is an incredible huntress. This is Regis. This was several years ago. She's older than this now, but they wrote about her in the Daily Mail because she was one of the youngest hunters out there. She bear hunted. She's the one who killed a boar with a spear. This is her
crazy.
daddy back here. She is such a sweetheart. I spent some time in Florida with them many years ago when she was about my daughter's age. She was probably about 14. But she's something, this one. But she literally went on a boar hunt with a spear. I know, she has amazing hair. I know. She's got incredible hair, chat. I see it. I know. She's got that wild
Boar.
curly
And boar,
hair.
people need to realize that, like I said, boar are invasive
Look
species.
at that thing.
They
It's
destroy,
huge.
Yeah, they
Look at it.
destroy everything. Like in these, like where we're at, if you find boar, you kill them because they destroy all the farming, nursery land. They destroy everything.
Yeah, she's done Alaskan bear hunting, and that was one of the craziest hunts I ever saw. I looked at his pictures. I have never seen anything like that, like what's underneath a bear's skin. It is nothing but muscle. They
Muscle,
look like
yeah.
scary monsters from your nightmares. They look so like pudgy and cute, but they're just terrifying. All muscle.
The only animal I'm really scared of are boar because they get up on you fast. You're like,
So in
"Damn."
Hawaii, I spent a lot of my childhood in Hawaii because my family's from there, and every summer we would go stay with my grandma in Hawaii. And my aunt and uncle lived in this valley, in Palolo Valley, and there's a mountain in their backyard, and we used to go play in the creek down there and then also go hike up in the mountain. But my grandma was always telling us, you got to watch out for the boar, Like, what boar? Well, there's wild boar out there. So there's these wild boar in Hawaii all over the place with tusks and everything, like mean suckers. Luckily, I never ran into one. I mostly stayed by the creek because I heard the boar stories, and I was like, I think I'll stay off the mountain. But yeah, my uncle's run into them multiple times. They're nasty creatures.
That and where my mom lives, or lived, she doesn't live there anymore, but where she lived, they also, Tennessee has a lot of natural limestone. We have a lot of caves. Basically, depending on the type of rock, water, even non-polluted water, has a certain level of acidity to it, and it'll eat away limestone. Well, you can fall into holes that way if you're not careful. If there's a place, like if there are caves everywhere, and in some of these holes, like at the beginning of seasons or in the winter or in the beginning, like right when winter's breaking, snakes, they gather. That's what they do for the winter. Snakes you would never think would be around. They get in these holes, and you'll get hundreds of them. And one time I was walking around, and my foot slipped through an area. I was like, oh God, I almost fell through the ground here. When I pulled my leg up and I looked down, you could just see it down in there. Hundreds of snakes just sitting down in that hole. I was like, oh my God, if I fell in that, oh my God. That's a nightmare. I still have nightmares about that.
I just realized that Regis actually has a YouTube page. It doesn't look like she's done anything for a few years. But if you guys want to go and look at Regis's YouTube, she has a bunch of hunting videos on there. Regis Giles is her name. I'll give you guys the link. But she and her dad are a lot of fun. Her sister, if you guys might remember Hannah Giles, her sister she was the one who helped James O'Keefe take down Acorn with the hooker and pimp scandal. Do you remember that, Tug? When James O'Keefe dressed up like a pimp?
Oh, yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
The girl that was with him playing the hooker, that was Regis's sister, Hannah. These are my friends. I have funny friends,
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm blessed to know these people. They crack me up.
Somebody in the chat said those poor snakes have nightmares about that time a giant foot appeared in the sky.
They do. I'm sure they do.
Somebody else was like, you guys could have read that filing.
I know,
Well,
we could have.
I wasn't, just to be honest, I was in the mood to
He wasn't feeling it. Tug wasn't feeling it.
I had to have something else. I wanted to have it. We were having a lot of fun in the stream, and I was like, that'll be fun.
Fun killer. Legal filings can be a fun killer.
Yeah, there'll be fun takedowns because Woodnick writes a great one,
does.
but that's a certain type of stream. I would rather talk about laying sticks on snakes' necks
And spearing boars to death.
It is funny though. We used to. So this is probably the most like southern freaking thing you could ever hear. Where I used to live, we had a guy that lived down the road that he liked snakes. He liked to eat them. That was his thing. He liked to eat them. And he would pay us if we could go and catch them. If we killed them, you couldn't shoot them or anything. You had to be careful about it. So we had a holler across from our house, deep one, went out into the unknown. I mean, very uninhabited areas. And we would go out there and we would catch snakes all day long. Because, $1 a snake at that time, that's a lot of money. For no work, you're just fucking off all day. Well, we came home, we'd been fishing, and me and the other friend, we'd been fishing. We had 2 buckets with us. One of them was uncovered, and my friend had some catfish. They were alive in this one bucket. And my mom is terrified of snakes. She went over and she saw that catfish bucket. She was like, oh. And I had another bucket that was covered. It was full of snakes. And my mom was like, oh, they're they're fish. You know, you got 2 buckets. I was like, yeah, you should check those out. And she opened it up, and you know, snakes. They pour out of it like it's one of those you know those joke canisters when you pop it open, all the fake snakes pop out. Yeah, this one only had real snakes in it.
Oh God.
Oh, my mom was like, oh my God, what have you done?
All right, thank God my son is not into that, or he could have done something like that to me because we have enough garter snakes around here to fill a bucket. But he does not have it. He does not show any interest in catching snakes. Thank God.
I mean, poison, I don't care, you know, whatever. Like, just, like I said, you grow up around that stuff. You don't even think about it. It's just second, you know. It's something. You grow up around animals. 2 things happen. Number one, you respect wildlife. You respect what wildlife can do, but also, you know, you know the limitations. Like, you don't think about, all right, that snake, it's not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna get bit. Fuck it, you know. I'm gonna run around in my tennis shoes, and I don't really care. You know?
You better hit those super chats. Yeah. You're never going to get to them.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Don't forget about the breadstick money.
I'll never forget about the money. I just forgot I was in the middle of reading them, you know, before. All right. So, Unhung Heroes, thanks for the 2. Even I wouldn't try to fix a horse girl. It's funny.
That's the first time I've ever heard him say he can't fix her.
Yeah, I know. Everything is I can fix. No,
I can fix her.
Vanessa, thanks for the 5 there. That was me, Megan. I tagged you in that X clip with Tug. For the clip.
I still haven't listened to it, but I'm gonna.
I will have to look at it now. Mike Sullivan, thanks for the 2. Tricks, roll over, play dead, swallow. You said that about tricks. I remember that. Because I'm a lady. Thanks for the 5. Imagine these guys sitting around asking how others taste. They're wee. No. Oh, no. Tracy Fagan, thanks for the 2. Flat Tug.
Look at the Pond Scum. The Pond Scum posse.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. Wait, I got to put my Pond Scum posse avatar on. Hold on. Which one? I really like this one. Jeff made this one for me.
Oh, that one's way too cute. Here's mine.
With the glasses.
Here's mine, one eye. Googly eye up in there.
I'm joking.
Oh, no, you
so
killed
funny.
her. It killed her. The $2 super check killed Mackie.
Oh my God, the little umbrella stick like the cocktail umbrella.
Are they all cute together? Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
Can't take it.
Oh, look at it. It's so crazy.
Oh my God, it's so funny. It's missing an eye. It's a little stick umbrella.
It's got a lip. It's got lips, but it's like a leaf.
Legal Vices made both of these, by the way.
He did. When he posted it, I was like, oh my God, those are hilarious. I want to see.
Ew! Legal Vices says my niece had a nice, healthy 7-foot rattlesnake in front of her house a couple days ago. Video in your DMs. Ew! Okay, I'm looking at it. Gross. Oh, he sure did. He sent a video. You got to see this, Tug. Ew! That's a biggin.
Pull it up.
That's a biggin. Holy crap!
Like that. I like catching snakes though. So
holy crap!
Yeah, we get timber rattlers. Mm-hmm. We don't.
Look at how big.
Yeah. That's a nice looking snake.
That one's at least a quarter of a boot, right there.
Yeah, that's a big sucker right there.
It's a quarter of a boot at least.
We catch them.
You could make a full belt out of that.
No, I usually, if I catch a timber rattler or something, I just move it somewhere else. I move it where people aren't around.
No, I'd make a belt out of it.
It's like, I had a home once, but this crazy fucker moved me.
I think I can make an evening clutch out of that thing. That was big enough to make an evening bag.
Oh, Lord. I've never, actually, I had somebody give me a diamondback rattler billfold one time, but I've never myself done anything like that. Nick, thanks for the super chat there. I bet Mr. Gangrene eats ricotta salad as an entire meal.
I don't know what that is. What's ricotta salad?
Here, let's see.
I don't know what it is.
It's It's like
Made with arugula. Oh. It's a fancy schmancy salad, you know. It's got
it's
like
one where I have to-
arugula.
do I eat that with my pinky out too?
It's obviously like a side salad kind of dressing thing. That's funny.
There's IT Goatee. What's up, man? Thanks for the two.
Says,
Send it.
What is he talking about? What,
I have no idea. I don't
he's
even
been
remember what
waiting
that-
all night for us to read that, and I already sent it to you, Brad. I did.
I blame that on Megan if that was meant to,
I sent it.
to actually send something. I blame that on Megan.
Didn't I? Oh, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
sent
sent
it.
away. Did I? No, maybe not.
No, I did. I sent it, Brad. It's in your texts.
Heather thanks for 5. I wonder if the threat email was Laura or her lawyer. That one, oh, you're talking about the crazy one we got? That was probably just somebody. I mean, it sounds like someone I've seen messages from before, but it didn't have enough
someone with a
emoticons.
mental
in it.
disorder.
Let me look. I'm going to pull up Anonymous, and I'm going to see if it has Anonymous email. Anonymous mail. Okay, there we go. I wonder if it has emoticon styles. I don't think it does. That would, well, I'm not saying that means anything, but that would explain a few things. I can see them copying the terrible writing etiquette from the Hell's case. You've got something pulled up there. What
I
got?
do. It's the clip of us that was shared on Twitter. It's 15 seconds. Ready?
All there in that place, you don't know. They could have been eaten, or maybe an elephant took them. Maybe an elephant took them. All there in that place,
It was good times. It was
an
good
elephant
times.
took them.
That was
is good
crazy.
stuff. That is like I said, I love those kind of emails. K-Rat, thanks for 5. The link that the emotions make you wonder if David is getting paid by the word. It does feel like that sometimes. That's why you bust out into the Trump-spiracy stuff, you know? That
And the Weinstein stuff. Why would you ever
my
compare your client to Harvey Weinstein?
Not just that. Okay, one of his last motions, the limine response, that what he said about, well, if people came forward and they were to say like 3 people said that Clayton Echard arped them, I was like, what the?
I know. It's not even... It's so offensive that I hate even bringing it up. It's like, dude, you need help.
When I read that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me that you wrote that. Why would you? Why would you
Because
ever?
he is trying to smear her victims. This is the victim smear. This is the exact thing he claims they're doing to her. You know, when he says the Trump, it's the Trump handbook on how to smear a victim. That's what he's doing. That is what he is doing. He is smearing her victims every day through filings like this, and it's gross.
I mean, that when I read that, I thought, man, that something like that should be actionable, you know? Because it's like, oh, well, what if someone were to say, I was like, you said that. You just said that. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 2. Scottsdale Psycho is at it again with threats. Scottsdale Psycho. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the new book, 50 Shades of Cray Cray. I like that.
Yep.
Thanks for the 5. If Johnny Depp can be held accountable for what his lawyer said, then why can't
Ooh,
Laura
that's
Owens?
a good point. That's a very good point. Because I
Actually-
thought that was a stupid ruling in the first place.
It was terrible. Actually, it was even worse. What a lot of people missed in that was the judge allowed the statements that Adam Waldman said, but did not allow the context. So the statements that he made were in response to her lawyer. Like, her lawyer was saying all this shit. He was responding back, and it went back and forth, in an article. And I thought the context changed everything, because it made it sound like these were just, they were made in a vacuum. And Like Gringuses are not made in a vacuum. He's just, he's going out and he's creating this nastiness, but he'll create a vacuum sometimes, so you could argue he's responding. No, not really. He'll create the vacuum. He didn't just, it's bizarre, but that's actually a very good one. It's totally different from the Depp one in that I could see that being much more actionable than what Waldman was saying. Miss Jackson, thanks for the 5. The best that you had me laughing so hard. My stomach hurts. Please play Minor Perjury.
Minor Perjury it's a good song.
It is. It's good.
It's a good one.
Natasha, thanks for the 5. Hashtag tramp tent. The tent for days. Tramp tent.
Tramp
Kate,
tent
thanks for the
welcomes
2.
all tramps to the yard.
Read a few pages, dying to hear this. Well, we will definitely hit that filing, but we just I died filing to it because I was like, we'll definitely hit that. I was like, well, that's wording, very bad wording. T for 2, thanks for 2. Tug Behavior Panel did Baby Reindeer today. I'll have to check that out. The
behavior panel is kind of interesting sometimes.
Yeah, depending on what they do there. That whole Baby Reindeer thing is interesting. They brought up, so she had a lawyer talking about whether or not they would take on a case for her. And I thought this was an interesting discussion. If you look at Baby Reindeer and you look at what's stated in Netflix, it tells you at first, hey, based on, it's a true story. But then at the end of everything, it's telling you, well, this has been Hollywoodized. Again, I'm paraphrasing a lot, but, we took a lot of liberties. Now, some of those liberties are things like her being convicted of a crime. I don't think she was convicted of anything. That's from what I understood of the discussion. And items like that, you have to wonder if she could sue.
Yeah.
I mean, now, normally when people go after documentaries or other items, they don't do so with very much success at all. I've seen some pretty horrible things done by documentaries, and judges have been like, no problem there. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
like I saw one where they put up a picture of when they were talking about somebody that was guilty of a crime, like some horrific crime. They put up a picture of somebody that had nothing to do with any of it. And that person was like, wait a minute, they just, they put me up here and it makes it look like I committed this horrific crime. So they sued, and a judge was like, nah, no problem.
Oh,
So-
justice. Justice is just wonderful.
Hey, Roxanne Wins, thanks for some idea of channels to reach out to for coverage would be Andy Signor, Popcorn Planet, Alex with Downs, The Rabbit Hole News. I think Signor did cover some of the Clayton Echard stuff, when he was starting out. I'm gonna
Did he?
I'm gonna talk to a few channels. Like when it gets right up on trial, more people might be like, well, that's kind of fascinating.
Well, actually, Dave Neal put out a call today for everybody to try and get Megyn Kelly on it because she's doing the Baby Reindeer stuff. And so I've been helping, like, retweeting at her and, like, you can send emails to her staff, and so watch Dave's earlier video, his live from earlier today, and he'll give you those emails. But I think it's worth a try to get Megyn Kelly to cover it. I think that would be fun, wouldn't it?
It'd be interesting to see some, some people with real reach. I mean,
Yeah.
real reach actually get out there and cover it for sure. I'd also like to see the impact of it blowing up Dave Neal, really getting his
I know,
subscriber
me
count
too.
behind it.
I would love that. All right, I'm going to drop out because it looks like Spawn is turning off lights, which is my indication she's ready to go to bed.
All right, get out of here.
Yeah, she goes, yup.
Okay. Hey, thanks for having you. I appreciate it. Well,
Sorry for
Tuesday for
derailing.
nothing else, but who knows before
Who
then.
knows before then? We may be back
Exactly.
together again before then.
Yep. Have a good
All right, see you later. Good night,
Later.
everybody. Be good.
All right. Heather, thanks for the two there. Dave needs to make a Father Dave avatar. That would be funny. I think that would be good. And Heather, thanks for the 2. I wonder if you could sue her mom as an accessory. You know, you can sue. It's can you get a judgment? You know, that's the real question in there. The trampoline's uncle, I love that, by the way, in Montana. Thanks for 2. Megan's audio is too low. Oh, she's already gone. Now it's really low. Okay, Rap, thanks for the 10 there. Dave, don't lose your positive view of the world. Megan, remember the last time you gave dating advice? I grew up with a compulsive liar who luckily wasn't backed. Rich parents, some people are not redeemable. Yeah, I mean, that's very true too. I don't feel like I have a negative or a glass half empty view of the world. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, that umbrella guy, you're black pilled, you know. And it's like, no, I don't put a lot of faith in some of the behaviors that we see. Like some people, they don't want change. And if a person doesn't want change, then they aren't going to change. You know, that's the kicker there. Emma, thanks for the 2. In Australia, palm size is small. That's true. I've seen some of the pictures out of Australia of some of the spiders. Man, some of the spiders there are wild. I mean, there's some big spiders. We have still a Goliath, a bird-eating spider. You know, and those things are humongous. That is a big spider. It's a fascinating thing to watch. I mean, it's huge. You know, we're talking, I figure it's probably at least 12 inches across. That's a big one. And, you know, it's not like an orb weaver. Those weavers, they have those really long legs, like that picture we saw, and those make up most of their body. This, you know, it's not all leg. It's big. Tracy, thanks for the 5 there. Florida has wild boar. Yeah, wild boar, you know, you end up with those. Like I said, they're an invasive species. They destroy everything. They destroy farmland and everything. You get rid of them as fast as you can. Ina Michelle, thanks for the 5. So we never see the Congo Negative Afraid episodes because everyone keeps getting eaten by giant snakes, correct? Is that what the issue was? It's been an interesting live stream. You know, again, we hadn't planned on covering the filing. It just came in tonight. And again, that's my fault we didn't cover it. If I'm not in that particular mindset, then I'm not going to be fun. And I want it to be fun for you guys. You know, if we play something, I want it to be fun, or we go through something, because these are terrible subjects that we cover oftentimes. And when we look through it, if we just focus on the terrible, ugh. So we will go through that though. But anyway, I'm gonna song this out, all right? And I'm gonna end here. I appreciate you folks today. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it.
Stomping the floppy shoes so hard, Italy to class delirious. You praying to stop so much, it's like you're having a religious experience. Despite all of your denials, I know that you know me and your crew. Ask your girl the last time she phoned me. Allegedly, just admit that even now you sing along. And even after I wreck you, you gotta bump my song. You should copyright loser because the dictionary cloned you. Crushed so hard, now my cleats own you. It's that umbrella guy, clutching the verbal hammer, locking you down in this inescapable syllable slammer. You wanna step up and try to oppose me? Yeah, you should ask anyone that really knows me. I'll take your bling, your girl, your dog, and move in your home, only to get out the verbal flamethrower and consume your plastic gnomes. You drip, you whip, you ride, your bride consumed by this mic hitter, just to drop them on the market to the highest bidder. It's that umbrella guy, live from the hat rack, with elbows that hit so hard you'll think it's a nuclear impact. I mean respecting you, please, that's a word you'll never earn. Yet another lesson you clowns have never learned. Along with standing tall with pride and repping values that you feel, and not fake morals you found inside your Happy Meal. I listen to you with your speaking spell education, wondering if your parents bred with their relations, wearing your big red nose and still thinking that you're a star, while you're forced above that umbrella guy inside your clown car. Yeah, it's that umbrella guy, broadcasting live to the masses, timing out full, sorry we ran out of free passes. We gotta go further and not just expose you, listen and believe, Roy